mind if I do?
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Covino and Rich.
Are you ready?
Honestly, how do I deal with you every day?
Get ready.
Heard all about on the radio.
Holy mother nugget! And holy mother meatball!
I'm the smartest man alive! You're so ridiculous. What? You're such a fool. Get out of here.
Oh, I'm a disc jockey.
What's a disc jockey?
Turn it up. Turn the show.
Here we go. Covino and Rich.
Let's go!
Yeah. New month. It's the first of the month. So cash your checks and go on. Welcome to Bone Thugs and Harmony, also known as Covino Rich and Spot. Hey! I'm a sluggish, ruggish bone on a Tuesday that feels like a Monday to me.
You say sluggish?
Oh, I did. I feel sluggish today.
Hey,
Not
it's
really
a Taco
rugged.
Tuesday, though.
Not really thuggish. Yeah. Taco Tuesdays, I'm fired up for that. Hope you had a great Halloween. Happy to be here on the 1st of the month, November 1st. How do you like that? Thanksgiving's next.
I know.
Hey, love to eat turkey. And we be rocking out. Let's go. As Rich was saying on Pop 2K, time to take down the Halloween decorations, but leave the fall ones up.
Yeah, like ghouls and goblins and ghosts, take that shit down. But if you have like pumpkins and cornucopias and whatnot, keep that up.
They could stay.
Yeah.
They could stay.
Maybe add a pilgrim statue or something.
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
Have a pilgrim gnome as like a table
Like
centerpiece.
Dutch boy looking people
Yeah,
on my
little
table.
pilgrim gnome.
Yeah, you stupid pilgrim. Anyway, thank you. You know why I don't like pilgrims? I'll tell you why I don't like pilgrims.
Because they settle.
Because they're settlers. That's why. Yeah.
Steve Covino don't settle.
Try not to.
You don't like recess or pilgrims. Because you don't settle and you don't play.
And I don't play, man. Hey, welcome to the show, Covino and Rich. The jokes never get old. Or maybe they do. I don't know. Spotty's here. He's on the phones. He's on the ones and twos.
I don't think they do because Cousin Brucey's been saying for 70 years, hey, cuz.
Dude.
And Howard Stern's been saying, hey now,
People
for 40
love
years.
the hits, man. Sometimes, and when you don't say those things, people are like, oh, I didn't say it.
Yeah.
Or you're losing your step, Covino. Meanwhile, I just held back. I didn't forget. You know, man, you could have said that and you didn't. Hey,
Truth is, people love familiarity.
It's true, man.
That is the truth. I was
It's like
talking
a song lyric. They just want to sing along to it.
I was talking to one of the dads at Emmy school during drop off.
I bet you were.
Actually, I'm pretty quiet when I do drop off. There's one guy, get this. This is mind blasting. His name is Rich, and he's more yappy than me.
Hard to believe.
I go drop Emmy off. Hey, buddy, give daddy a little kissy goodbye. Mwah. Give me a huggy. Who's your best buddy? You are, Dad. Love you. Have a good day at school. She walks. She always walks like 50 feet, turns around, and I'm still there. And I go, hi, have fun. And I always see this guy talking to anyone who wants to listen.
Uh-oh.
You're making this up.
Yeah.
No.
Rich feels like competitive now.
If you want to come with me to the drop off, feel free. And
I have enough. One talkative Rich in my life is enough.
I've learned two things about Rich in the past 2 days. Number one, he wants to be blonde. We know that.
Yeah.
my blonde
Definitely.
wig yesterday.
Definitely wants to be blonde.
I can bring it in every day.
Yeah, any chance he has to wear a blonde wig, this guy takes it. So Rich wants to be blonde like Donnie Lalonde. Remember Donnie Lalonde? Look it up. He wants to be blonde like Donnie Lalonde. Donnie Lalonde fought Sugar Ray Leonard, man. He's a fighter. He was the golden boy.
Wow, he had some good hair.
Yeah, he had good golden locks. Donnie Lalonde.
I got to see this guy now.
Yeah, he was known as the golden boy because of his golden locks, not because he was like a gold medal winner or anything like that. Or maybe because he just looked handsome. Rich wants to be blonde like Donnie Lalonde, and he's very competitive. He wants to be...
Oh, wow.
There he is. Look at him.
Wow, you did have a Donnie Lalonde wig on yesterday.
That's who I was for Halloween.
No,
you
Rich-
just didn't know. I was
Rich is-
Donnie Lalonde.
Rich is Donnie LeBlonde. Donnie LeBlonde. So Rich wants to be blonde. We established that. And Rich, when he sees someone else in the room getting more attention, his juices get flowing. He can't handle it. So, yeah, Rich is ready to bring this guy down. If you
No,
read
I
between the
think
lines-
he's very nice.
Oh, yeah, I know.
He's very nice. No, bring him down. He's super chatty and nice.
Rich, competitive Rich. He's not going to let this
Not
guy
at
get
that
away.
hour,
You'll
man.
see.
I'm in and out in the morning. I'm just fucking drop off.
What
See you
hour is
later.
that? The witching hour?
See
Where
you
wins
later.
become losses and losses become wins. All right, well, Hope you're living a great dad life. Hope you had a happy Halloween.
I don't even know my point now because you guys made great Donnie LeBlanc jokes.
There's talkative dudes at school, and you're not the most talkative.
Before that, there was a point I even said that. What was it?
I don't know, write your shit down.
I wasn't a thought to write down. It was I was in the middle of a thought, and you guys started riffing.
Thanksgiving. Take down your Halloween decorations. Leave up your fall ones.
No. But hey, it was worth it for everyone's introduction to Donnie LeBlanc.
If you missed it, Rich wore a blonde wig yesterday. And he often does. Yeah, he often does.
Yeah.
Just secretly, that's who he wants to be. You know, you kind of ruin the family pictures when you think about it. Sarah, Emmy, Ben, Rich.
Yeah, I'm not blonde. I want to be Dickie LeBlanc.
One day. He looked really good in it. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. Hope you had a happy Halloween. Like I said, I hope the kids had fun. Hope you had trick-or-treaters. I talked to my dad yesterday. Yay! Hey, about 20 kids. Hey, not too bad. My dad said some dad shit, though. Let me see. I wrote it down, too, because it was funny. It's very dad. Oh, he goes. He's talking about, does your dad say this? Is this a very dad thing to say?
Let's hear it.
Yeah, so a bunch of kids. All these kids walking. I was going down the main drag.
Main drag.
No,
the main drag.
No, not the main
Then I
drag.
made a left boom, and then a bam, and then the main drag.
What's the main drag? 22?
The main, I don't know, I guess like the town square would be the main drag, right? Of any,
Main Street.
like Main Street, like Stuyvesant Avenue,
Main
Morris
Street,
Avenue.
USA.
The main drag.
So very dad thing. Anyway, my parents said they got about 20, 30 kids. You got to assess, like, what's the trend right now? Lots of little kids in the neighborhood. Sarah seemed disappointed about your turnout.
Well, yeah, there was not many trick-or-treaters.
Which is wild because Rich's neighborhood looks
got
like
candy?
the epitome of Halloween trick-or-treating territory.
You got leftover candy?
We have barrels
Where is it?
of leftover candy. It's on the kitchen table. If you want to grab a basket, bring it to Fox Sports today or bring it home.
I'm gonna pick it through it now.
You should bring it to Fox Sports.
No,
Some-
yeah.
I am because I don't want to have it here.
I'm so annoyed that Kristen didn't buy the chocolate candy. We were at the store and she bought gummy bears and she's like, "Oh, I'll buy the chocolate."
She's got enough chocolate candy.
Right.
Yeah.
She's like, "I'll buy the chocolate next week," and I'm like, "No, I want it now."
Don't you guys both have enough chocolate these days?
That's very true.
So I mean, I think we could cut back. You don't need need any more Snickers with veins in them, if you know what I mean.
Take the vein out of my Snickers.
Woo!
That
Wait.
being said, I can't go a whole show without having the Snickers vein in my mouth.
Yeah,
I know.
You know, stay
I
away
know.
from the candy.
be
I know
back.
it's tough. The candy screams your name. The candy's like, "Come eat me." Milk duds are like, "Yo, man, come eat me."
Yeah,
man."
baby, milk duds.
Yeah. Candy corn next door wants to be eaten. Lots of candy. Sweet tarts, fun dip, 100 grands, paydays, Butterfingers, you name it. I'll tell you what's always left over, though. Anything with a yellow wrapper, meaning Butterfinger.
No, I love Butterfingers.
Yellow Starburst, yellow anything, always gets left behind.
I will disagree with you on one of those things.
Sure.
Yellow
Well, milk
Starburst.
duds get eaten.
Yes. Grape blow pops. Yes. There's candy that's always a leftover. But Butterfinger?
Whoppers, believe it or not, are often left over too, and I like them.
Whoppers are not safe for kids,
Really?
for little kids, because they're like sort of like choking hazards when you
I
think
mean, wouldn't that be any little candy?
Whoppers for some reason.
Just Whoppers, not
Yeah.
Goobers or Raisinets? Or...
Oh,
That's-
Raisinets are chewable. Like
M&Ms?
Whoppers are like harder, malty balls. Chocolate balls, right, Spot?
Oh, you love some chocolate.
He motherfucker loves chocolate balls
You know
these
what?
days.
Don't leave any Whoppers out. It's Spotty around.
So all of a sudden he'd be like, balls in his mouth. But no, Sarah fucking houses the Butterfingers. We got a bag just of
Really?
Butterfingers.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, honestly,
She's a Butterfinger
when
person.
I offered our guest the other day some candy. In fact, when Shannon was here the other day, I was like, "What do you want?" I'm going to grab a couple pieces of candy. I'm going to grab some Sour Patch. She goes, "You have Butterfingers?" There's a group of people in the world out there that love Butterfingers.
Jordan said, "Bring me candy." So
What does
if
she
you
want?
have any extra-
Ask her. Honestly,
Make a
there's
little
a
bag.
shit ton there.
Yeah,
Just
she'll
don't
leave
leave
it.
me with all the bunk. Bring some bunk with you.
What'd that mean?
Bring like the shit candy also. Don't just pick Don't take.
Give me whatever.
No, but I'm saying.
Just give me a handful
No,
of something.
take a huge bag, but don't take all the good and leave all the bad. Take
No.
some bad too. If you're gonna take it, take the bad too.
Fine.
Don't leave me with blue blow pops and and Milky Ways.
In other words, Rich had a whole setup yesterday. His volcano.
we didn't put it up, thank God.
He had a table
Yeah,
out
a
there
little
waiting
setup.
for trick-or-treaters. And this neighborhood, like I said, looks like it was tailor-made. And I'm sure it just goes through stages and phases. And it's right by a high school and a junior high school. I'm surprised you didn't have many trick-or-treaters. That's
yeah.
crazy to me.
I know.
So, because that's fun. That's part of the fun. At least it used to be for me.
Now-
Seeing little kids come, they're all excited.
I saw a text message from Sarah last night because I have observations from last night. We're gonna have a fun show today, guys.
You know
I
how you're
promise
getting old, though? You're getting old because you don't know what the fuck these people are. You know?
What are you?
Some new cartoon that you have no clue of, old guy?
Exactly.
Oh,
These don't have enough of a vein on them.
not veiny enough.
A little nubbin. Yeah.
No.
Oh, well, enjoy. Spotty's eating Snickers.
So Sarah hit me up with a text message last night and tell me if this would excite you or not, because this excited me. You would think, what excites Rich? Is it like some sexual promise? No. Sarah hit me up with a text message saying, I'm on my way back from getting food, which is a whole adventure I'll tell you about. She goes, don't worry about the beer and cider. Just get home. Maybe hang outside, because I saw a group of teenagers that are bum rushing houses and taking baskets of candy. Uh-oh. And I said, not my house. Spot. I welcomed it. I rushed home. I'm like, I want to see teenagers try to steal my baskets of candy. I would have went out there like, yeah. Like I
the hatchet.
Spot. I feel like I would have
How do you know?
welcomed it.
What stage of life these teenagers are in? Because these fucking jerk-offs I used to roll with sometimes would take on a dad. And I would see it. I'm like, damn. Because I was not, like, how do you know what these guys are capable
put
of?
them up.
You mean they would actually assault a human?
If a dad came out acting like he was the tough guy, like Rich was in the right to do, I saw teenage kids be like, fuck, let's go.
Let's
old guy.
jump them.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden, old man McGee, who probably
dads,
probably
too.
wasn't old, probably was like 40
Yeah,
something.
but big dads. And I'd see, like, you know, the tough kids in town be like, well, fuck it, let's go.
I would welcome a group of youths.
Really?
However,
I don't know about that.
I said,
What happened to your Nestle's Crunch? How long have these been around?
I don't know, dude. I just bought a bag of candy at the store, so
like funky.
some of them are a little like a white coating.
Little
Oh,
ashy.
those are the jizz covered ones.
Those are the ashy ones. yeah.
Yeah, the ashy jizz covered ones.
By the way, is an elephant really black and it's just ashy or what? What's going on?
Good question.
You ever see an elephant wet?
I don't know.
black.
It's black, yeah.
It's just ashy. So it's not really even gray. Anyway, continue.
So, no, it's a good question. Their skin is very dry. Maybe elephants aren't gray. It's a good thought. It's not.
Elephants aren't.
There's nothing racial about it.
They're black. Racial? Who the fuck said it was racial?
He did. He said he's removing himself.
That's so dumb. Elephants are black. They're not gray.
They just got bad skin.
Yeah, they just ashy
if you
as hell.
cocoa buttered the shit out of a big elephant, he'd be glistening.
Look at a picture of a wet elephant. What are you putting your hands up for? What does that have to do with fucking the price of bananas?
Some people are sensitive these days.
The reason I even brought it up is because Spot just ate an ashy ass looking Nestle's Crunch. But anyway, back to your story.
But if you wet it down,
it would have been
black.
Yeah.
So Rocket Dog,
An elephant is grayish to brown.
who says who? Wikipedia. I know more than Wikipedia.
Look up a wet elephant.
No, it says Britannica.
Who's that? I only.
Encyclopedia
Well,
Britannica.
guess what? I don't give a funk or a wagnall about what Britannica
That's
says.
what I'm saying. So
I'm just gonna eat candy.
hey, I'm gonna volunteer. By the way, I'm gonna volunteer at the local zoo. I'm gonna lube up some elephants.
Nice.
It's good volunteer work.
The natural color is grayish black.
In all truth,
According to the elephantconservation.org,
see, they would know. They conserve
the
elephants.
natural color is grayish black.
All right, so back on target here, on task.
Sarah hit you up.
Sarah hit me up, and I was like,
I'd rather hear about elephants.
what would I do if a bunch of teenagers came and tried to steal the candy? Would I be like, hey, you kids? Like, what?
I think you'd end up with a wedgie. So
Maybe. You don't know. Are they big kids? Are they like the local kids from El Camino High School that are like on the football team? They're like, I'm going to hang me from my stoop or
that's what I'm
something?
saying. There's a point in a teenager's life where
Like
they get big.
A couple 17-year-olds could whoop your ass.
Right. Agreed. I'm
Now,
glad I'm glad you admit
Yeah, a
it.
couple 13-year-olds, 12-year-olds might be like, yeah, get up, man.
Yeah,
That's when you get
But-
a hatchet.
But when kids got fucking hair under their armpits and they're playing high school football, 2 high school football players could whoop your ass. 2 of them, not one, maybe. Actually, in some cases, I bet you some of you would get whooped by one high school athlete. Get back here, Buster! So at first I was like, ooh, exciting. At least excitement, because I told you all night, nobody, maybe 10 trick-or-treaters. Like, it was meager. At one point, I saw people across the street, and I'm like, plenty of candy over here, kids. And I'm like, all right, that sounded creepy.
Come in my van.
There's more in the van. So I saw Rocket Dog, who to me is one of our best contributors. I go through stages of wanting to strangle him and then thinking he's like the nicest guy. Then I want to strangle him. Then I think he's the nicest guy. I feel like you have the same progression with Rocket Dog.
Yeah, but he's been our friend and listener.
I look at him as a friend.
Right.
Yeah. He said something like, kids don't say trick or treat no more. And I'm like little kids all do, because their parents are there teaching them manners. Like anytime I've ever gone out with Emmy or Ben, or I see other parents being like, what do you say? Trick or treat. Now what do you say? Thank you.
I was gonna say, smell my feet. What do you
Kids
mean?
are learning.
Something good to eat.
Little kids are learning manners.
I don't care. I'll pull out my
My underwear. Little kids are learning manners. So every little kid that trick or treats, the parents are like, what do you say? Thank you, trick or treat. And then I saw something I posted the other day, and it made sense to me because, my brother, Top Jimmy's son, is on the spectrum. He's autistic. And it was, hey, if a little kid looks all shy and just not into it, don't insist that they say anything, because sometimes kids have, some issues that you're just making it worse by being like, what do you say? You're not getting candy until you say it. It's like, give the kid candy. It's a boomer take. I agree, Mouser. If you're a teenager, yeah, trick or treat. But if a teenager doesn't say trick or treat, Rocket Dog said, well, then he's not getting candy. And then I thought to myself, bad idea. Do you want your roses stepped on, your car egged? Did you want problems because you're like, you didn't say trick or treat? Never fuck with like teenagers
Or anyone handling your food.
or anyone handling your food. If teenagers came up to your house and they looked like they were having fun and they went to go grab a Snickers, and you're like, what do you say? And they don't say trick or treat. If you said, no candy for you, get out of here, you deserve to have your house egged and shaving creamed.
What a jerk off you'd be anyway to do that.
You get no treat.
No candy.
No treats. And what's left?
You
Tricks.
give them all the yellow labeled candy. Just for that.
I do
you
card
get yellow
card
candy.
tricks for people.
Homeowners demanding a dancing monkey for a piece of candy. I agree with Lisa Paraggio.
I say-
it's rude. A kid with manners should, even
I'm
as a
like-
teen.
I don't have candy, but have you seen this?
Whoa.
That's a good one. I like that. Spot's removing his thumb.
Now, that's just my. It's not a really great
Trick.
point. That's it. The end. If I'm just saying, if a teenager or preteen doesn't say trick or treat, and you're the douche, it's like, say trick or treat, or you don't get candy. I promise you, no one will feel bad when your house gets TP'd or egged or toilet or shaving cream all over it. You sort of deserve it for being like, honestly, a little bit of a douche.
Yeah, get back a douche.
Trust
So-
me, I was begging for people to take candy last night.
Exactly.
10
So
trick-or-treaters,
I'll
take
take
it.
some today.
I'll take a whole bag.
Hit the bricks, you little shits. Didn't say trick or treat.
Not taking the sweet candy with though. I mean like the sugary fruity one. I like the chocolate.
We know.
Yeah.
No, I mean I actually like chocolate candy.
Yeah.
And I don't have any. It upsets me. I like to
So-
have some with my coffee.
Speaking of Halloween, to wrap it up and move on, everyone living the parent life out there, the dad life. I hope you had a fun time trick or treating. Did you take Emmy and Ben trick or treating?
Sarah did.
Did they say trick or treat?
They did. Sarah went
well, I
with.
hope so.
Sarah went with.
After all that, I hope
they said twick or tweet.
Sarah said went with our friend Janet and their little girl. So Emmy went with her friends, and my observations. There's a few of them. I'll make them snappy so we can move along, get to a friend in need, and some news alerts and stuff. But my observations are simple. Number one, I've never seen my kid.
Ben until last month.
Until last month. I ignored him, and now he's my best friend. The end. I love Ben. You know what Ben did last night?
Ben's the favorite.
Ben's a little under the weather. He's got a rash and he's sick and stuff. So I was last night. I was sleeping on the couch to give him and Sarah space in the bed. In the middle of the night, it's like, Daddy, I want Daddy. And I went in there and he hugged me so tight and slept on me. And I was like, that's my little dude. Like I felt like it was a good moment.
That's how I feel about Theo.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Same thing.
So first time ever, I saw my daughter on a straight up kid sugar high. Like
People say it doesn't exist.
Yo, bro, let me tell you. Spot, I never believe. I may have been a skeptic. I may have been one of those people like, really, sugar high? Yo, her and her two little girlfriends, Margot and Cora, her two little buddies, her best friends, they were running laps around our living room. Then Emmy started doing this thing where she was shaking her butt. She was like, poopy butt, poopy butt, poopy butt, running around, jumping on the couch, being like, ah, like screaming out loud. Yo, it was like, if you were to imitate a kid having a fucking like sugar high fucking reaction, these three little girls were acting like maniacs. I had never seen something like this in my life. So it's real. I experienced it. I feel like you've mentioned it before, but it's wild.
Like it's real, but I know people say that it's not real.
She was acting like Cornholio was right, Andrew. She was like, she was Sarah will tell you. She was doing this. I've never seen her do it. She was shaking her butt, being like, you're a duty head. You're a duty head. You're a poop head. I'm like,
Duty head.
what is she doing?
Cornholio. I am Cornholio. I need TV for my bunghole.
I honestly, if you told me that my daughter, if you told me that before I saw Emmy
TV.
and her girlfriends, if you told me they were on my kitchen table snorting lines of pixie sticks, I would have believed you. I would have been like, yep, makes sense.
You're breaking up the fun.
Even their dad, Chuck, was like, yo, if tomorrow morning there's a news story where it's like there was cocaine laced candy in Woodland Hills, he's like, I believe it. Because these kids, it was like 9 something, and he's like, yo, girls, we got to go home. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's time for bed. Acting like fools. So I had never seen that. Other parents are like, how have you never seen that? It was the first time, because my kids don't really eat a lot of candy and sweets and stuff like that, but Emmy went to town on her Halloween basket of goodies and her little bucket, and it was wild. So that was observation number 1. I had never seen a kid have an actual sugar high. It was like watching an adult who was fucked up. It was like watching an adult who was fucked up. And I'm like, what is going on here? Second observation. I was unaware of this. But did you know that Halloween, aside from Super Bowl Sunday, which is not a holiday, it's just a Sunday where a big football game is played. But as far as technical holidays, holiday, celebrate. Did you know Halloween is the #1 pizza holiday in America?
Shut up.
Unaware of this.
Not the Super Bowl? I know you just said it.
Okay. I was about to be like, yo, how not paying attention to you. But yeah, the #1 holiday for pizza. And I was like, really? Ron Ross, who worked on The Pulse on Sirius XM.
He's the source?
He shot that message out yesterday. He's like,
Nah.
question of the day on The Pulse. And I was like, oh, really? That's weird. I never heard of that. I don't believe it.
I only believe Britannica.org.
Bro, I didn't believe it. Last night I called the pizza place that Spot likes that we've had here before. Tomato Pie. Right? Closed on Mondays. Then I called West Hills Pizza, which is another good spot around here. Has pretty good pizza. 5.
Sounds like Tomato Pie missed their opportunity then.
That's what no joke. I'm like, what a terrible business decision.
Maybe they should listen to Ron Ross.
I listen to.
I mean, I feel like they do fine.
But still, Spot.
Their pizzas are like $25 each.
What kind of business you running if it's the most popular day of the year to sell pizza and you're off?
No,
honestly, it would be like a supermarket, not selling like meats on the 4th of July.
Maybe
or something.
they think it's Super Bowl.
They need to listen. Yeah, they need to listen to adult contemporary pop music on The Pulse every morning. Rod Ross will tell you. So, Covino, I called West Hills Pizza, which you probably have gone to with Melody. I feel like they have a lot of kid fundraisers there and stuff. Like they have a little arcade in the back.
Yeah.
West Hills Pizza. Spot, it was 5:08. Yo, what's up? Yeah, can I get two pies, 1 pepperoni, 1 plain, couple orders of mozzarella sticks. Hey, kids, what do you want? Some fried ravioli, some garlic bread? Yeah. All right, when? I'm sorry, what? 7:30. A 5 o'clock order. They're like, yeah, we could. I was like, what if I pick up? No delivery. They're like, same time.
Wow.
It's like
Better off
2.5 hours.
Why don't you just go to the store and get a little pizza dough?
I know.
Or a cheap pizza at Ralph's is $6.
And then
every week.
I know. And then I called Spot. I feel like you've gone here before. I feel like you've probably said this before too, Covino. They're a chain, Amici's.
Yeah. My guy Don owns it.
Yeah, Don Amici.
Amici's.
I went to Amici's. And
Such an old reference.
I called Amici's.
No one
Same
knows
thing. Like 10 after 5.
Amici
They were
anymore.
like, we could do 6:20. I'm like, 6:20? All right, hour and 20 minutes is better than 2 hours.
bad.
I went there at 6:20 for pickup, not delivery, pickup. Waited there another half hour. And if I tell you, I've never seen more overwhelmed, like all teenagers working there and like one adult, like the owner and like 6 teenagers. And they were like, ooh, dude, it was a fucking scene.
That's why they're storming houses. They're stressed.
But it was, I was unaware that pizza, the scene on Halloween, 2 hours to get pizza yesterday, and kids went trick-or-treating.
Well, think about it.
Just a fun night.
Families stay home for the trick-or-treaters, so they want some delivery. And kids have parties, like pizza parties and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's what Melody did last night.
But yeah, just a fun fact that it's the biggest pizza night, and I saw my kid acting like a fucking drunk high maniac on candy.
I believe in it. I do.
Wait an hour and you'll see me the same.
So
I
last
just
night.
ate 5, 7, 10 candy bars.
Oh, really?
You can't, I did, yeah.
Just about a half hour.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh my
9.
God.
No, did you just have like an uncontrollable moment?
I did. I had like 9 mini candy bars.
Oh, they equal like 1.
Yeah.
But I always say like 20 equal 1. Yeah, you're good. You're fine.
I had 2 of each.
Spot just lost control.
I love I told you, I've been waiting to have mini chocolates for the whole fucking week. And
See?
Kristen kept saying, I'm going to buy them, and never bought them.
See, I brought this up, Covino, before I hand the cornucopia to you.
It's right in the
I bring this up for guys like Michael E., who hit us up and goes, never ordered pizza on Halloween. This is news to me. Bro, news to me too. I heard that fun fact. I'm like, really? Halloween? To me, it didn't make that much sense. I'm like, really? I mean, people are out trick-or-treating. I guess they're ordering pizza. But yeah, an overwhelmingly exorbitant amount of people order pizza on Halloween. The end. Never done pizza on Halloween either, Chuck. I agree with you. Either have I. But hey, 2-hour wait everywhere out here in LA.
We also want to wish everyone a happy Dia de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos.
You know who did a really good explanation of that for people that have never seen Coco? I mean, I feel like Coco is the best explanation of that. But your boy Mario Lopez did a lovely tribute to his grandparents and everyone on Instagram. Did you see that?
He's not my boy. He never acknowledges us.
His ofrenda.
I like him, but he's like always too cool. Like, dude, you're not that cool.
He did a whole
He
thing.
saw our video, but like he never likes it.
Dia de
You know what I
los
mean? But I
Muertos.
see that he saw it. You know, you tag him on it, he looks at it, but he don't even say, yo, good job, guys. Like,
You know
Yeah.
how much shit he's probably tagging?
yeah, but he reposts a lot of stuff. He doesn't purposefully repost us. Very competitive. I know it.
He doesn't want to give you any shine.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely not.
Interesting.
But anyway, he's good at what he does. I like him. I follow him. He's got a beautiful family.
Gabe Moreno said he was a pizza delivery guy 20 years ago. Halloween was crazy. He'd make like $200 in tips a night.
There you
Yeah,
go,
see, there you
Gabe.
go. So there you go. No more pizza. Just fucking unbelievable.
So Dia de los Muertos goes until tomorrow, right? Ends tomorrow. So I could still, I have a shirt I could wear tomorrow, I guess, for that, because I forgot.
Yeah.
But yesterday.
Feliz el Dia de los Muertos.
Yes, Feliz.
Did your Dita do that or no?
No. I mean, I'm sure in her lifetime she did.
Maybe when she was
But
younger? Is that
They acclimated to the American way, except for speaking English, really. But she tried.
got rid of the ofrenda, but
Yeah.
said no to the English?
Yep. But thank you guys for being here. Last night was fun for me too. You could see here's an interesting theory. You could pull up the picture of Melody and her friends. I dropped her off at a Halloween party. One of the moms decked out the whole garage and made like a whole Halloween party for all the kids, which was
That's
kind of
cool.
cool. And then they
That's
went
nice of them.
trick-or-treating in that neighborhood, which was a lot of fun. So I was so stoked about that because think about kids around that age. They were robbed of about 2 or 3 years of trick-or-treating because of COVID. And, you know, to see them all having fun, there was like 8 minions there. And
photo, actually.
the tall kid in the back is Gru.
Is that you in the bottom right?
That's me on the bottom right.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No,
That's
that kid's the G. I love that kid.
You love that kid?
Yeah, he's great.
Funny
Is that-
Asian kid?
Yeah,
AJ
he's great.
Soprano on the bottom left.
Is it who?
AJ Soprano.
Yo, your daughter hangs out with AJ Soprano, Hassan Minaj, and Short Round?
Yeah, it's short round. But they're all good kids. And here's the theory. When you see my daughter next to all these little kids, you remember and realize how young and little she really is.
Yeah.
Separately, you think she's much older. And all of my family members say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel that way too, so there's some truth to it. If I showed you a picture of Melody or you just saw Melody, you'd be like, wow, she's getting old. But then you see the little weenie boys she hangs with and all the other kids. And
You're like,
she's
oh, look,
acting
you're like,
them.
oh, look, they're kids.
Yeah, and she's just doing what kids do. You're like, yeah, she's so little.
Well,
still,
when
even
girls
though
girls
she's 13
mature,
tomorrow.
when girls are mature and
Right.
they're pretty, they always appear a little older. And then
That's
when you're
it.
like you neutralize that by being like, but here's the boy she talks to, and it's like, hi, what's going on? Can I get a trick or treat? Smell my feet.
100%. And I'll tell you the fun part of seeing all your nieces and nephews and all the kids in their outfits. There's a lot of joy in that. So, Halloween is really underrated, but it's very rated. I think it's number 2 after Christmas. It's like a fucking solid number 2. And there's nothing better than a solid number 2 as far as I'm concerned.
Solid number, like a one wipe solid number 2.
No, but think about it, right? Christmas is the king. We know that, right?
Christmas is king.
Christmas is king. It has its own soundtrack, which starts like now. Everything about it, the characters involved.
Jesus got the most important birthday, right?
Yeah,
Right.
the anticipation, the religious part of it, but Halloween, the fun, the kids, the candy, the parties,
That's
the
a hell of a,
pizza.
that's a hell of a question. After Christmas,
I love Easter and I love Thanksgiving because it's a family day and food and all that. But as far as festive, decorating, fun, pictures, sharing,
I love
parties,
Halloween, but I think about all the great parties we've had over the years.
4th of July.
There's just no meals to go with it.
But you know what? It's interesting because I think of all the great parties we've had, all the great costumes, all the fun laughs
It's
we've had.
fun.
I think Halloween's up there.
Dude,
but
Easter's not really fun.
Easter's not really
nice,
fun.
religious,
No.
meaningful, family get together, you make some eggs, whatever.
yeah,
Thanksgiving,
Easter's all right.
you stuff your face. It's a family get together. I
think
it.
Thanksgiving might be
But it's not festive. Like,
Thanksgiving.
it's not like Halloween. Halloween's a fucking
All
month.
right, hold on. Let's break it down. Thanksgiving, you get football. Fucking great food.
Do you have Thanksgiving lawn ornaments and decorations outside? No.
I get what you're saying, but I feel like Thanksgiving is a great feeling of I have the day off. You lazily, oh, excuse me.
Gross.
It's fucking Amici's pizza last night. Gross, by the way.
Don Amici.
I could tell when they just rush it because there's too many orders. Sarah and I were both like, ugh.
How so?
So,
Who delivered it? A gabagool?
Hey, I got your pizza.
Listen, I'm very close to being on your side because again, Halloween, girls are looking sexy and hot, kids are having fun. People of all ages have their own fun on Halloween.
Yes.
However, I picture Thanksgiving, waking up lazily, the parade or some shit's on. You watch a little of that.
Parade is good.
Football. If you're with family and friends, it's a little chilly out because it's November. You might go in the yard, throw around the football for 10 minutes with like your brother or something. Then it's food. People house the food. And then traditionally, the last couple of years, I know, Spot, you're out of town this year, but Shannon and Mike are over. Covino, I'm sure you'll stop by at some point to eat or for dessert or something.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
I didn't
And
know
by the way,
about
your sister and Chris and the kids are more than welcome for dinner as well. So throw that out there.
Okay.
I was thinking, after dinner, you sort of watch your first Christmas movie. You sort of watch Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, or maybe Love Actually,
I mean, you
or
skipped
maybe
the whole
something
part
like.
of
I
it.
just feel like it's
The Christmas season begins.
Yeah, it's sort of like.
Once Santa comes at the end of that parade you talk about.
But I'm saying turkey dinner, and then
starts.
you watch a little football, the late game, and then you're like, all right, maybe Love Actually. I know you hate that movie, but still, Love Actually, or maybe Planes, Trains, or you start the season. And to be honest, I fucking love Thanksgiving now that I think about it.
But it was really cool. Again, picking Melody up at school. They got out early as hell. It's like teacher convention now. So they were out early in the day. But you see all these little kids coming out. Melody came out dressed like a minion. It's fun. People are dressed and having a fun time. She went out, had a fun party. I thanked the mom. I was doing the dad schmooze last night. I got to be Melody's representation. Like, hey, thanks so much, guys. This is great, isn't it? Did you know that pizza is very popular tonight? I
Oh,
see you got
number one
pizza.
holiday.
I heard Ron Ross and Rich talking about it on Pop 2K.
Yeah.
But I was talking to all the parents last night doing the schmooze, and it cut right into my Bachelor in Paradise when I had to pick her up. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I missed some of that. But anyway, that was my Monday night. Hope you enjoyed yours. And I got to tell you more about some other nonsense.
Kyle brings up a great point as far as which holidays, if you ranked your favorite holidays.
Which holidays? Halloween.
He goes, Thanksgiving, no pressure, except Kyle for the person cooking. But everyone else, no pressure. No gifts, no costumes. Even if the turkey sucks, it's still pretty good. It's sort of like pizza or sex. Even if it's like dry, it's fucking slather with gravy or some shit. Stuffing, sweet potatoes, some pies. Like
the meaning of it was sort of tarnished and everything. You know, everyone hates Christopher Columbus now.
Pilgrims and Indians, you know, that whole story.
Oh, not Christopher Columbus. The Pilgrims and how they pillaged and raped and killed all the Indians, and it makes it a sad story. I still
Well, that's the story I tell before I go, everyone hold hands, and I go, there was rape and pillage back in
Everyone
all right, hold on.
ruined it.
So Christmas number 1, you're going to go Halloween number 2?
I'm saying there's a case to be made for that. Meaningful. Well, if you really want to say it's a day to remember the
What
dead
about the 4th of July?
4th of July is a good one. Poolside,
Yeah.
grilling,
fireworks
fireworks.
are fun, but the whole
Fireworks are
the
fun.
parties involved in Halloween and dressing
parties
up
on 4th of
and,
July.
and being someone you're not and all the fun involved in it, I think puts it over the top.
Okay.
Mixed with candy, free candy.
I got it.
Free sparklers.
I got it.
Pizza.
I got it.
Popsicles.
I got it. Let's be the quintessential eye-rolling radio show or podcast.
Let me put up a poll.
No, that does. What's your Mount Rushmore?
I mean, that's easy.
The top 4: Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, 4th of July. Is that the obvious 4? Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, 4th.
So you're leaving at Easter.
I'm leaving out Easter. Yeah, my grandfather died on Easter. not a good memory for me. But it's also like Easter
What if
basket.
you take it in the keister for Easter, like my
Take
dad
it in the
always says?
keister for Easter.
Yeah, and that adds some fun to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
For some people, not this guy.
unless you have a religious connection to Easter.
What are we labeling the most festive? Christmas?
Christmas Eve is my favorite holiday.
That's how,
actually.
like it's going to be different for everybody. Enjoy it.
gonna
All
say
I'm
the
saying
most-
is Halloween is very,
It's top 4.
very fun and underrated sometimes. And happy Dia de los Muertos to all the Vatos Locos in the barrio. Enjoy it. You should put a sugar skull up on the display spot.
I don't think New Year's Eve is a good one because half the country, like if you go to a
It's
party,
reflecting and sad.
yeah, no, if you go to a party,
when
it's
those
fun.
clarinets kick in, I'm like all sad feeling. I don't like that. Like another year.
And you know what though? For every person that's like, yeah, I'm going to a party and having fun, like half the people you know are like, yeah, I went to sleep before it was even midnight. So it's like not everyone even enjoys New Year's Eve. So even if you do,
When you get older, it's more of a drag city.
another year, I'm getting one year closer to death.
Yeah, but when you're in your 20s, though, you go out and party, have a good time. Like,
Yeah.
it's fun. But anyway, had a nice time. I did the parent schmooze last night. Melody had fun. And today they're off again for that convention, whatever. What the fuck do teachers do at a teachers convention? That's what I don't know.
They go over
Snort
they go
cocaine off
over
each other's
no,
boobs.
They go over like
they go over-
carpetbaggers and scallywags.
Yeah, they go over what did Sammy J was just telling us. Our old producer Sammy J was talking about all the preparation that goes into what would you call it, like the syllabus and the curriculum and all that shit.
Their lessons.
Yeah, so I'm probably that. I'm probably a bunch of just sitting around drinking coffee and chatting.
Preparation A through G.
I don't know. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the day. I have a question for you guys as I move on.
Oh,
Here's something I don't know.
Just one thing.
As a doggy guy now, you are, right? This dude won't leave me alone. I think this dog's in love with me. It's a good feeling. He likes me. Somebody likes me at least, right? So Theo is his name. Oh, Theo Von Theo. He's the doggy. Every once in a while, Drew will be like, you want to go to that breakfast place with the punny name? Bacon Me Crazy?
Bacon me crazy.
Yeah, that one.
The sunny side of life.
Yeah. She's like, you want to go to Bacon Me Crazy and take Theo for a walk? I'm
Where,
like,
where you guys going? Oh, we're going to a Little Runny.
so,
Covino only eats at punny breakfast places.
yeah, big thing out here in LA.
Yeah.
Here's something I don't know, and I always feel really awkward about it. When you're taking your doggy for a walk, and I'm not talking yo-yo tricks. When you're taking your doggy for a walk, and I've done it before. Let's remember, I'm not a rookie at this. I had 2 other dogs that were a pain in my ass back in the day that I inherited, that even my parents lived with for a few years. Monkey and Max.
Yep.
I don't know the etiquette of letting the dog sniff the other dog and like talking to the other person. And it's always like a fucking awkward few minutes or 30 seconds to a few minutes.
Hey.
Am I supposed to let them sniff each other?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to let them play? How long? Like, what if one snaps at the other? Do I apologize? Do I say thank you? And bye? Like, I don't understand what to do in that moment as far as socializing at all. I don't know if I'm supposed to be like, come on, Theo, let's go. You know, or like, hey, he wants to talk to your dog. So are you stopping? I don't know what to do in this situation. Someone please help and give me the etiquette here. What is the unspoken etiquette of, hey, you're walking your dog, I'm walking mine. It looks like they want to be friends, but I'm not sure because this one's growling a little bit, but I don't know what's going on. What's the etiquette there? I'm so confused by it.
I think it's, you don't think it's much like a woman at a bar.
Yeah.
Here's my analogy. Much like a good-looking girl at a bar.
Mm-hmm. What if like Theo's like nose ass deep, like really sniffing away? Am I supposed to just let this happen?
Yeah. But hold on, let me explain. Let's say Spot's the girl at the bar.
Yeah. So
Right?
basically, I went to the Yolks on Us, right? I went for breakfast. Thank you, Wes.
Yoke's on us.
And then decided to take Theo for a walk. This has been our routine. I don't know how to handle these situations. I'm like, all right, can we go now? This is awkward.
So let's say Spot's the good-looking girl at the bar,
Hey, what's up?
right?
So
I'll throw a glance that way. Now,
remember they used to call you glance romance? Because Rich would always be like,
glance. Hey. Hold on. Ready? I just threw a glance at
Sorry,
Spot.
Rich, I'm not into you.
He looked away. So guess what? I know no interest. You know from a distance at a bar or a club, if the girl looks back at you, even if she doesn't give a full smile, it's very clear women are great as far as giving the whole, some guys can't pick up on this. Some guys are like, I think she wants it. Yo, bro, she just looked the other way every time you looked at her. Women are good at letting you know, could I approach you? I think when you see that dog and the person coming down the block, some woman's or some guy is struggling with some big ass dog, like, I think that's when you dip, maybe even cross the street. I'm like, fuck this. Now, if it's like some friendly person with another little dog, like little dogs can't really do much damage. I'll go. And once we're getting closer, you make the eye contact and they'll probably say something like, don't worry, Wiffles is friendly. And then you're like, oh, cool. So I say you give it a 10 count. You're a boxing fan?
Yeah.
Give it a standing 10 count.
let them say hi.
And then you go, all right, we're going to get going. Hey, have a good night. You don't have to small talk.
Day.
Hey, have a good day.
Have a good one. I feel so out of character in that moment.
I know, because it's not your scene. I
Yes.
know.
Bye. I don't know what to say.
Bye.
We're going to get breakfast.
Sometimes they'll ask
Bye.
you. Sometimes they'll ask you what's your dog's name, and then you have to fake and care and ask them.
Theo Von Wolfhard.
And then
Theo
unfortunately,
Von Hardcock.
and then you have to say that, and then truthfully, in return, unfortunately, you have to say, "What's your doggy's name?" As if you give a shit.
It's so awkward,
Right?
dude.
Hey, what's your little guy's name? Let's play it out. Ready? I'm
This
walking
is
towards
the
you.
only time I feel like I'm not like personable enough. It's like a specific breed, pun intended, of person that's like, hey, and they're with their little goofy dog.
All right,
I feel like I'm not. Oh, but this isn't really,
All right, let's play it out. Let's play it out.
I gotta go. I don't feel
Let's
right.
play it out. I'm approaching you. I'm a woman with a little. I'm a woman with a little, tiny little puppy. Little
shitty
Chihuahua.
Pomeranian looking.
Little
things.
Pomeranian. Ready?
Fucking
I'm walking
hate
down the
those.
street.
I mean, no offense, they're cute, but like, shut the fuck up.
All right, I'm walking down the street. We approach each other. Here we are. Oh, hi.
Hey, I got my sunglasses on. I don't look very friendly. Hey,
This is Blumpkin.
hi Blumkin.
Lumpkin.
Hey, and then you're talking like a
What's
fucking
his name?
nerd. Oh, his name is Theo. Theo, eh?
Theo von Hardcock.
Theo von Hardcock. It's a long story.
Theo von-
Pun intended.
All right, so then stand here for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
They're sniffing.
9, 10. You're out. Hey. All right, let's go, Theo. Hey, have a great rest of your day. And then you walk away. That's
Theo's
it. It's really
boner's hitting the ground. I have to explain this.
fake care.
Takes after dad. Bye.
Fake care about their dog's name.
Yeah, it's so
Standing 10 count.
awkward. 10
Out.
is short. Because then you never know. You're like, all right, thanks for stopping. I don't know. Like, what's like? I feel like I intruded too on there. Like, sometimes the dogs are just chilling, and then I'm walking by them, and I feel like I intruded on their little moment. Because Theo wants to sniff and say, hey, what's up? You know, and then sometimes the dogs aren't friendly and it's awkward and you got to pull them away. I don't know, man.
I think you got it right.
It's such a weird
Standing
scene.
10 count,
It's just
awkward.
something I don't
yeah.
feel right about still.
And there's a lot
And
of
I
people.
never had to worry. Here's why I never had to worry. With Monkey and Max, they just fucking barked at everybody. So I would never stop. I'm like, these guys don't want to.
They're not playful.
They're not play. They are like non-controllable. Like, well, I'm just bye. I just will walk right by because they were like ready to pounce on somebody, you know. And this little dog wants to be all friendly and shit.
I think.
And by the way, side note, he has one of his first play dates today. Oh, like an actual play date at a park. One of Jordan's like photographer friends is bringing his like
bringing his dog.
his weenie little dog.
Oh, he's bringing his weenie too. I bet.
Yeah. His name is Fluffies.
Let me guess. He's a photographer friend that only photographs like fat asses.
I don't know. So they're going
Oh, I'm bringing my wiener.
Theo's all excited.
Oh,
about
you
it.
thought I meant dog.
Anyway, like these are things I'm still learning as I go.
Oh, you mean
guys.
the Valley's foremost jumbo photographer?
Yeah, he happens to also have a wiener dog.
He has a wiener
Yeah.
dog.
So that part of the
a
routine
scam.
is just really
I can
odd
take
for me.
photos.
Really, really odd. It's something I can't seem to feel comfortable.
You know what it's like, Covino? It's like you pointed this out before. We said it about pregnant women and what else? You don't realize how many there are until you are. What is it?
The awareness theory.
The awareness theory of like, you don't realize how many women are pregnant at one time until your wife or girlfriend gets pregnant. And you're like, oh shit, there's a lot of pregnant people. When you get a new car, you're like, oh, I didn't realize how many other people had Jeeps. When you're walking your dog, not the yo-yo trick. When you're walking your dog, you don't realize, oh my God, every block has like 2 people walking a dog at any given time. It's like when I wake up in the morning here to drive Emmy to school, there's like 4 people on my block walking their dog. Like so I get what you're saying. If you're not in that scene, you just keep walking. But when you have a puppy, you're like, oh shit, what do I do? Because you're gonna pass someone every block or so. I think we gave you the advice you need.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
If you keep walking, it's sort of rude, I think.
Kind of rude.
Yeah, it's an awkward, but then
Like,
you have to
if-
be friends with these random people.
No,
in
you don't have to be friends. But I think if you pass and just keep moving fast, it's almost, there is something a little rude about it. Like, even if you stop for 2 seconds, like, all right, cool. Oh, you could even make up a lie. Be like, yeah, he's not that friendly. Meanwhile, Theo's like,
So anyway, that's the question I posed today. Lonnie hits us up with a newsbreaker, sports talk. Nets fired Steve Nash. I don't know if that just happened or what, but
wow.
reading feedback as we go.
You could really Nash.
Wow.
Well, that I don't think that's a monster surprise considering the Nets are 2-5.
Monster surprise is what they served at the party last night.
Monster
Oh,
surprise
you know
is
what
what Monster surprise is what Theo shows passerbys.
Oh, I now see why you call him Theo von Hardcock. Yeah.
I believe I see the correlation now.
Yeah. He's hung like a horse, but he's a little Shih Tzu, I promise. Shy Poo, whatever he is. So anyway, at that party last night, not only were they savoring the monster surprise and pizza, they had Spot. You might want to do this party trick one day. She was showing me, the mom was showing me.
Oh, that thing she could do with her butthole.
Look at all the treats we made. for the kids, you know? And really, Melody's at that awkward stage where I remember what it was like to be in 6th grade, let alone 7th grade. She's in 7th grade.
Yeah.
I told you the story of Captain Crossbones. I wasn't there to see the magician that the mom hired. I was there to see the chicks.
So what I saw a bunch of this year, did the mom have peeled clementines with pretzels as like stems? Like they're little pumpkins, but they're clementines.
All things like that.
Like, yeah,
right?
like-
scary donuts, hamburgers, little pretzels with scary guys on the top.
Tell me if this freaks you out. I know it's a random.
about to
I know
tell
it's a
you.
random reference. Michelle Branch. Remember Michelle Branch, the pop singer from the 2000s? She posted a gabagool hand, and to me,
I've seen that. It's great.
to me, it looks fucking creepy. I was like, oh.
No, you or like you take mozzarella sticks and you like wrap it in meat.
Look, just look up her Instagram while Covino tells the story,
No, I'm just telling you one I never saw before.
if you don't mind.
She's like, look at this. And it looked like straight up chopped meat.
Yeah.
Like hamburger meat wrapped up like from the supermarket. And it was just all Rice Krispie treats, but smushed and like mashed and looked red.
Okay. Yeah,
You know, but it looked like
I've
chopped
seen
meat.
this.
And I was like,
I've seen
whoa. I was like, I can't do that.
recently.
But it looks so legit.
recently.
It looks so legit that I was like, oh, barf. I can't eat that. Can't eat that. Sorry. Anyway, thank you.
Michelle Branch pulled the Stallone. Did you see that? Her and her husband file for
What does that
divorce.
mean? My dad says, it looks like my son, but sure don't sound like him. This is dad. Why? Because I took a dog for the walk? I don't get that.
Michelle Branch. Yeah, like to
I've
me,
seen that.
That's gross.
that looks
I saw
fucking
that.
gross, right?
I saw
What are the
that
fingernails?
photo.
Like little
That's
peanuts or
prosciutto-
something?
That's prosciutto, by the way. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, they're nuts. So you take mozzarella sticks,
Yeah, to me that looks like I don't
a little
know.
lump of mozzarella.
Looks
and you
fucking gross.
Lay it out as a hand, and you wrap it in the meat. I've seen this floating around the talk.
Look at that. So yeah, lots of that
No.
in the past day or two.
Well,
Got
another
leftover hand in the fridge.
another sports
still would.
alert. Another sports alert, and then we'll move on. Did you see that the Lions traded tight end Hawkinson to the Vikings? So the Vikings are going to get even better. So hey, congrats to any Vikings
Vikings
fans.
looking good.
Hawkinson's good.
Nice. Okay, so that was our Monday. Today's a Tuesday. Tacos on my mind.
When you go to these outdoor brunch spots,
Yeah.
Theo Von Theo, outdoor seating, sitting nicely, calm, and right next to you, or what?
No, we have to take it to the car. Like pickup. Like pickup. Like, hey, remember?
Order for Steve.
Oh, so you're. Oh, so you. Okay, so you're. Okay.
Order for Ebenezer.
That's me. Thank you.
yeah.
Had the bacon. What is it?
You could eat it there, but like I don't trust him. You know, he's still like
So him,
rambunctious.
outdoor
So-
seating for a reason, though. You could bring a pup. That meat hand is gross.
That is gross. I can't do it. I couldn't do the
Why not?
ground beef. She's like, you want to take anything home?
Ground
I'm like, "No,
beef thing looks great.
I'm good on that.
You wrap it up,
Yes.
make little labels for it.
It's so gross.
I've seen it.
Yeah, I saw it last night.
on the talk.
So I hope you guys had a happy Monday night. I hope you enjoyed your football. I hope you had a Browns sort of Monday night. I thought it was cute how they dressed up for Halloween, both teams. I don't know if you noticed that last night.
Yeah, orange.
The Browns and the Bengals.
Both wore orange. It was,
Both wore their orange for Halloween.
It's nice.
Big game for the Browns. Browns looked solid yesterday. They did. They looked like way better than I thought. Yeah, it looked legit. I'm like, I'm not eating that. It looks gross.
That looks so good.
It just looks gross. It looked that good, Rich. It looked exactly like that picture.
I'll be honest. I to
Yeah,
me,
can
I
you-
think it looks pretty gross.
She's like, you want to take anything? I'm like, no, I'm good. Thanks. Appreciate it.
It's probably tastes fantastic.
Thanks for having the kids.
They're just Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah.
Raw meat Rice Krispie treats.
I love
that's
it.
that's creative.
It is very creative. Little red velvet cake mix.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking to wrap up the family stuff because we're going to talk buttholes next.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding. Tomorrow is Melody's 13th. And I'm like, well, what do I? It's just a regular school day, right? So it's just a regular day. This weekend, I'm planning on taking her to the concert and celebrating. I'll take her out to dinner or something, you know, whatever she wants to do. But what do I do to make it special when she wakes up or, you know, for the day? It's just a regular school day.
that's
you
a regular
know?
school day.
Yeah.
Can't really do anything.
Oh, let's get her some balloons or something. I always feel this like
You can play her
an
that.
unnecessary amount of pressure for things like this. Little things like that where I imagine my parents really didn't put much thought into it. They just brought us a cupcake and that was good enough. I'm not saying that wasn't good. It was great. I'm saying I always feel like an immense
Wake her
amount
up.
of pressure to do like the basics.
Have the orchestra like in Coming to America. How they used to wake up Prince Hakeem.
No, it's a school day. It's just a regular school day.
It was just a regular day for him.
Does she have like a favorite breakfast?
Yeah, does she like French toast?
Have it
sticks or
ready.
something?
Have it ready when she wakes up. Like, Dad,
She
make
like-
your French toast or something.
Yeah, what's she like?
Make her French toast or something a little more. That's
Make
very
her
easy.
make her a pancake cake. Like just have make a little stack of pancakes, put a little candle in it. Pancake. Put a little butter. And
She loves this place
syrup
called
in between.
Bacon It a Good Day. No,
No.
Bacon, no.
No.
Yeah, so I'm putting this unnecessary pressure on myself.
Yeah, I've
like,
never
well,
thought
what
of.
do
I
we do
never thought
tomorrow?
of that. It's like, hey, you do some.
know?
You don't have to do something immediate in the morning. I do have a question for you though, if you don't mind. Melody is going to be 13.
Yeah.
Do you think she will tell you if and when she has her first kiss? Maybe she did already. Do you think that's something she'd be like, Dad, I kissed someone?
She hasn't.
But
I
you
don't
think that's something she would tell you though, or no? Because you're pretty open with her.
Yeah, I think so. Unfortunately, I think so.
Dad, I kissed.
The other day, I thought she was gonna- It's
Jathan.
funny you say that because she had her Halloween dance.
That's what I was one. That's why I asked. I
And
said she's at that age now where
She was like, yeah, Dad. It was like, at first, it started real slow, just like any kid dance. You're like, yeah, because you're feeling your way around, right? Like, she goes, with Dad. Then, like, the next part of the party was insane. I was like, really? She's like, yeah. She goes, they made a circle around me and I was dancing in the circle and I was like the whole star of the party. I'm like, that's crazy. Dad, don't dance. That's great. I said, you had a good time? It was
The
like,
Running Man.
she said, it was insane. She said, the DJ was great. Everyone started dancing, but I was in the middle and like they all started dancing because I was dancing. So everyone like went wild and had fun. I'm like, that's what it's all about. I'm happy to hear that. She showed me a video. I'm like, that's my kid? She was like dancing and like having the time of her life. I'm like, holy shit. But I like prepared myself because I thought she was going to say something weird. Like, I was like, any slow dances? She's like, no, we don't do that. I'm like, oh. I was like, every fucking junior high dance had like slow dance.
I remember
moments.
my school, believe it or not.
But I think she would because she's like very bold and blunt in what she says. I'm like, yeah, Dad doesn't want to hear that.
I think it sort of cramped me early on. We never had school dances, which is always an opportunity to tell a girl you liked her or to dance with a girl you liked. We had one 6th grade dance and then nothing until junior prom. When I tell you Cary High School, where I went, no 7th, 8th, 9th grade. There was a junior prom and a senior prom. No school dances. It was just not, I don't know why. Don't ask me why. It's like a weird thing. Never dances. So we had one dance in 6th grade, which Melody's in 7th, right?
7th.
And I remember that was the year where like,
She would have been in 8th. But
If there-
she had to stay back one year for kindergarten.
if there was a, she got the late birthday.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember 6th grade correctly, it was when people started slow dancing and the teachers had to be like, all right, space between you, watch where your hands are, type of shit.
Yeah.
That was 6th grade. So
I was expecting that sort of thing, where Lawrence asked me to dance. And I'm like, oh.
and then I
who's
kissed
Lawrence?
him.
Okay.
And if
Lawrence the
she
boy?
kisses Lawrence, are you, what's your reaction going to
But
be?
anyway, there was none of that. But it's been on my mind because she's turning 13 that, like, and it's so weird because you're projecting, like, all of my firsts, whatever it may have been, they were all memorable because most of them were with people that mattered to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like my girlfriend, right? Like, I loved the shit out of her forever. And I just want to tell her, and I probably will express it one day, like, listen, you're going to experience a lot of new things. Make sure it counts because you're going to remember that shit the rest of your life. Like, try to make it special. But a lot of times, like, my first kiss wasn't with anyone special. Like,
Remember
at
who
all.
was your first kiss with?
With some random fucking girl. But it would have been better if it was.
What was her
right?
name? Do you know?
Yeah, her name was Kelly, and she was beat.
Kowski?
Yeah. But there was, like, pure pressure because I was, like, one of the only kids to not kiss somebody, right? But I want to express, like, hey, make all these things special.
Do you think Kelly
Don't
is-
just waste these moments.
Do you think Kelly has ever said, see that guy, like when you're on TV or doing something, she's like, that's my first kiss.
Yeah.
You think Kelly brags about you?
Yeah.
Was Kelly at your reunion?
No. Nope. Haven't seen her in a long time. She was friends with all the same girls, but it was weak as hell. It was the weakest.
Kelly, would we not be impressed?
Fuck no. She's beat. No, I'm just kidding. She was nice. Everyone liked her. She was like, she wasn't like, she was a popular girl and everyone thought she was pretty. I didn't. She wasn't. I had my eyes set on one girl. I ended up with that girl. But like I said, like,
But you made out with Kelly, your first kiss.
yeah, my thought was like, Melody, look, just make sure these moments count.
Spot,
Don't
do you
waste
remember,
your wonderful moments, even first dance, whatever it may be. But either way, like to see my kid in that element, like she was doing the fucking. Remember the Fonzie dance? Like she was like, I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, what is that dance?
Like the Russian Fonzie dance?
Like, I was like, what the heck?
No, he's like,
Yeah. I was like, man, you guys went all out.
Pretty
You
impressed.
guys went wild.
you don't remember your first kiss, Spot?
I don't remember. It's probably like in the 8th grade dance or something.
Yeah, I was in the basement of someone's house
Yeah.
playing a stupid game in a closet or something.
7 minutes in heaven.
Yeah, I was like,
Might have been younger. Who knows? It depends on what you count as like the kiss.
Kelly was tall, so I felt weird about it.
Bro, I have
like,
a funny story about.
I was standing on my toes.
I have a funny story about one of my. It might have been my first kiss, maybe if not one of the first.
I don't remember like the
my my buddy Phil and I. Phil was like my pervy friend.
Phil McCracken?
Phil was the guy that would always be like, "Let's go meet girls at the movie theater. Let's go to the mall. Let's go to the ice skating rink. Roller
Phil
like, like you guys met Phil once. Remember he showed up at one of our events and I was like, "Yeah, this is my old school buddy Phil." Never saw him again.
Phil
Yeah,
butt cheeks.
at a bowling alley, right?
Yeah. This is the guy like everyone needed like the aggressive pervy friends as a kid because he was the guy that like I feel like
That's why I have you.
we spoke.
They said words like snatch, right? Friends like that.
Yeah, she got a slit or like gross words. You're like, you vulgar guy.
Damn, vulgar friend Phil.
Phil's the type of guy that would always be like, yo, we got to go to the mall to meet girls. We met these girls from like a school over, and they were 1 year younger than us because I remember we were in 8th grade and they were in 7th grade. And Phil was like, let's invite him back to your house because Phil's house was the house where his parents had money. They certainly didn't watch him much. Like, Phil was the guy, every Tyson fight, every wrestling event, he would just order the pay-per-view, and his dad didn't seem to give a shit. They had money. He was adopted, so I think they were also like, we just want to make your life happy, adopted kid. So Phil did whatever he wanted. So we had a party in Phil's basement, and I remember Phil came up with this great idea. He's like, we're going to play hide and seek in the dark, and if Rich and I find you girls, you have to kiss us. And I'm like, good idea. Well, Phil's fucking smart. We're making out with this girl, and both girls were named coincidentally. Both girls were Dawn and Dawn. And I remember after they left, Phil and I probably were playing RBI baseball or fucking Sega or something.
One's name was probably Don, and Rich didn't know.
Yeah. Kelly was a dude, actually. People are saying for your first kiss, Kelly. Yeah, Kelly Leak, right?
No wonder it felt weird.
Yeah. And I remember Phil and I talking afterwards, like, yo, I made out with her. You made out with your girl? Yeah. Yo, we're going to last way longer than you. And there was like, yeah, I'm going to date my Dawn for years. Yeah, my Dawn. And we were like just busting each other's balls like, yo, my Dawn is hotter than your girl. And no joke, like a day later or so, they both were like, yeah, we don't like you guys anymore. We never saw them again.
Yeah. That's not how I rolled when I was 13.
Man. That was Phil was pretty smart with those games. I'll give him that. We always, like, again, I'll just reiterate, you needed that one old school pervy friend that was like, all right, we're having a party here. Who wants to play spin the bottle or 7 minutes in heaven or one of those? Because someone had to be the one that brings it up, right? And then all of a sudden everyone's like, okay. Because everyone was sort of curious when they were like 13.
Think of what kids like Phil are capable of doing now with
He's a successful
telephones.
business guy, yeah.
No, I'm saying
yeah.
a kid like him today, you know?
Yeah.
I have to have those talks with Melody. Like, yo, don't be letting people send you weird shit.
No, it's true.
You know, things like that.
Yeah, Phil
fucking
modern day
creepy.
Phil might have been a creeper.
I'm like, yeah, because Dad was one of those creepy kids. I know.
Dad.
Just kidding.
7 minutes in heaven.
So,
Do you remember that feeling going in a closet with a girl and being like, this is weird? Like,
yeah.
if it was a girl you didn't like, you just stand there for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Felt awkward. Like, hi, you okay? I'm okay. We don't have to kiss. Like, I know we don't like each other.
That's funny.
What was the rapiest movie scenes in the 80s? Didn't you say Teen Wolf, right? When you go to Teen Wolf, like, everything about Teen Wolf is fucking wrong. You ever watch Teen Wolf as an adult?
No.
At the party.
I have, but
at
I
the
don't
party,
remember
they
what
like
you're talking
force
about.
people to do stuff.
Really? I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
watch Teen Wolf one day and be like, yo, this is creepy.
I know there's an infamous scene at the end of the movie where a guy pulls his junk out.
Yeah.
One of the extras. It's one of those movie fun facts. those movie flubs. Some guy has his junk out in like the basketball scene. So anyway, that's the update. That's the stuff that's on my mind right now. But again, I put too much pressure on myself for like no reason at all. But you know, I think that's partially to do with where I'm at. Meaning, you know, I feel like I owe Melody a lot more than I probably do.
Why do you feel that way?
Because of the divorce and stuff like that, you know, so I try to make things extra in my mind. You know,
I bet you she doesn't feel that way. You think she does?
Probably. I don't know.
Like, you know, Dad, you should go above and beyond. You left me. Like, I don't think she feels
But
that
it's
way.
all, but again, like most of it's on me. Like she's with me this week.
I have a question. Has Melody at this stage of the game,
I think her mom might take her out to dinner tomorrow from school though.
has Melody at this stage of the game ever asked you, like, for real, like, hey, Dad, now that I'm like 13 and I sort of comprehend life a little more, like, why did you and Mom get divorced?
Nah, I think she gets it.
Okay. But what do you think she gets?
Strong-headed, stubborn people.
She okay.
I think she gets that. Mom's very dynamic in her ways, her personality. Her dad's not a walk in the park. I think she could figure that out.
Mom and Dad are both a pain in the ass. Okay, I didn't know.
We've talked about it, but not like in depth though. You know,
I wonder if she. Spot, do you
nor
think
have
she?
we had to talk about the birds and the bees. But kids today, I'm pretty
think,
sure they know
you think
all
Melody
about it.
connects the dots? Like, yeah, mom's very strong-minded and she's a strong woman, but she's a pain in the ass, and dad's a stubborn meathead. Like, do you think she like realizes like?
Probably on the most basic level, but I still think like at some point when she gets older, you can like break it down to her.
Yeah.
Like once she's over 18.
It's weird though. Like I saw my old mother-in-law yesterday, but I didn't say hi to her. Like I just heard her voice over the fence. You know, and I heard her like, Melody, you know, je ne marito, Melody. She's a foreign lady.
Yeah.
You know, Melody, have a good day. And I'm like, oh man, that's Layla's mom.
You didn't want to be like, well,
It's so awkward. It's so everything about it is so weird, but it is what it is. It really doesn't bother me much.
you know, it's interesting. I think I'm answering my own question. I don't think I feel like I drew my own conclusions, but I never really asked my dad or my mom, like, take me through your divorce. Like, was there a final straw? Was it
It was one of those crazy ones.
Yeah, like a...
And Jimmy broke it.
Yeah, Jimmy's the reason. Why'd you guys get divorced? Jimmy. Knew it.
First he killed the
Knew
dog.
it.
Greg bought a pack of crazy straws, and Jimmy cracked his.
Yeah, the last
Caused
straw.
a big fight. It was the last straw, and that was it.
Yeah.
I'm never buying this kid another crazy straw.
Hey, Mom, Dad, I never asked, hey, Dad, yeah, we're all, you're 70. I'm in my 40s. I never asked you. Like, give me the breakdown. Why did you and Mom get divorced? Jimmy. It's your brother. We both hated him. No, it's fine. I sort of put the pieces of the puzzle together, which is odd because you have your story, Layla has her story, and truthfully, I think any kid of divorce does what I did. I bet you Melody just puts together the pieces. Like, well, Mom's sort of like this, and I know that would rub Dad the wrong way, but Dad's like that, and that probably rubs Mom the wrong way. And you're making your own assumptions. For all I know, there was like one incident where it's like, that's it. Leave, Greg. Like, I don't know. You know, if you have divorced parents, I wonder if you've ever done that. Do you know any divorced parents that are like, because Sarah's mom, Sarah tells me the story. I'm sorry if I'm going on a tangent. Sarah tells me the story about how one day she came home from school and her mom and dad actually, this never happened to me, by the way. I think it was like dad left and mom's like, yeah, like your father's not here. We're getting divorced. I don't even know.
Just like
Sarah,
that?
Yeah, there was no, I never had a talk. I never got a talk. Sarah's mom and dad, Dave and Cindy. Oh, Sarah Beth, sit down. We have something to talk about. Like that. They went through the like, your mother and I very much love you. Like the generic, like, we both very much love you, but
Very formal.
this is, we're going to get divorced, but it's nothing you did, and we love you, and we're going to be, whatever you need from us. Like, what you would see in like a sitcom. Like, I never got that at all. I think like my dad and mom probably fought. My dad's like, oh, I'm out of here. And Marianne's like, probably.
There's a few things I wonder how I got through. College is one of them. Like, it's so weird. Like, did I pass? I guess I did. I still have nightmares about it. We talk about this. Did I? Wait, I think I got one more class to have to take to graduate.
For all I know, my dad was
Divorce
like,
is one of them. Like I can't tell you how it happened. I don't even remember.
bro.
really.
For all I know, like. I don't know. For all I know, my dad's like, oh, your mother didn't want to have sex with me anymore, and I needed some booty. That could be it. My mom could have been like, your dad was out, banging whores in the Hamptons, and I could have been like,
Gallivanting.
and then I'm like, well, is because you weren't sleeping with him, mom? Like, I don't know. So I think a lot of kids of divorce don't really know the answer. So that's the only reason I ask.
I think as Melody's getting older, she's able to piece it together, like you implied.
Some people are obvious, like, dad left mom for the hot younger woman. Mom, mom had like a coming of age thing and like told dad to leave. Like, it's just interesting because, hey, listen, of the people watching and listening, I promise you, probably around 50% of them come from a divorced house. I just wonder, of that 50%, how many actually know the story? Do you know the story?
I forget how it came up. Maybe from Love is Blind or some shit like that. I think maybe one of the guys said, did your parents ever give you the talk of the birds and the bees? Somehow that came up. Mm-hmm. And Jordan's like, I never had that talk. Did you? I'm like, nope. No.
Neither did I.
I never had those formal talks that Rich describes. And I don't ever really plan on having them with my kid, meaning like, let me tell you about why mom and dad, unless she asks. If she asks, then fine. I'll tell her whatever I feel comfortable telling her. But it is her birthday. The end. You know what today is though? Besides Dia de los Muertos. Dia de los Muertos.
The day that Miguel sings with
Un poco loco?
Un Poco Loco?
No.
Oh.
You know what today is?
November 1st. It's the first of the month. Anniversary of the last time the Yankees won the World Series? No, that's the third. That's the day after Melody was born, right?
Anniversary of me in the emergency room with COVID.
Hey!
A year ago, I beat COVID.
1 year or 2 years?
1 year ago.
1 year. Yeah, 1 year ago.
1 year ago, and I've never been the same, to be honest. True story.
So it's your 1 year COVID anniversary? Hey, happy anniversary.
Thank you. Crystal Bray reminded me.
Happy
Thank you,
anniversary.
Crystal. Yeah, thank you, man. Made it. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah.
Woo!
I'm gonna send
All
Cindy a
Saints
thank
Day?
you card.
No, it's not All Saints Day, Clove Man. It's my COVID-versary.
Coversary.
It's my coversary.
Same.
Yeah.
The only thing...
But it was when I sent you pictures of fuck you. I'll send it to you. I'll send you. All I have to look. All I have to do is look at my phone. November 1st.
what was it?
2021. Which, when you think about it, I made it a whole year.
COVID-versary.
Yeah,
How many times do you think you've had it?
once.
I wonder how many times you've had it, though.
Once.
You think so?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Because it's my COVID-versary,
I bet you I've had it a few times.
I'm gonna send you.
I guarantee
I've
you
probably
have.
had it like 3
I'll
or
send
4
you
times.
pictures that you've never seen.
You've had it at least 5 times and given it
I've probably had it like 5 times.
to at least 100 to 200 people.
Yeah. I
Without
probably
question.
had the vid 5 times.
At least.
There you go. So I'm celebrating extra hard. But I'm telling you, man, just looking at my face from those pictures, I'm like, I don't think I've ever been the same. Yeah, I made a full recovery. I experienced a lot of chest pain afterward.
Your hair never grew
That went away. My hair never really got full again the way,
Man,
way
look at
it
that
is.
hair. Come on. I mean, how
the
really?
way it was,
that hair is
bro.
pretty fucking tight.
Not the way it was. My eyes were never the same again. I've looked tired from then till now. You can say, yeah, but that's, the wall you hit.
It's also your mid 40s.
But it's also very
oh,
drastically noticeable to me.
look up Mario Lopez because I brought him up earlier. I want to go back to your COVID thing, but Mario Lopez,
There
who's
I
a
am.
little older than you. You know how you always talk about how like Latino men like look great and all of a sudden they start to hit a wall at a certain age. Like, who said at 50?
Fucking fat ass Carlos Mencia said that.
Carlos Mencia.
It stuck with me. That's why I'm mad and mean about it. Because he's like, yo, Mary, you look fucking young, bro. But guys like you guys, when you hit a wall, you hit it hard. And I'm like, and that's just stuck with me till this day. I think about that like once a week at least.
Well, Mario Lopez, I was gonna say he looks a little tired or older or something than this video where I'm like, oh, Mario Lopez doesn't look 30 anymore. He looks age appropriate, and then you realize it's starting to show that he gets work done.
yeah. He's starting to look like
Mario Lopez.
He's starting to look like the lady that killed Selena.
I mean, he's handsome, but he's fucking way handsome, no doubt. But Mario Lopez,
bitch.
Oh, that is the lady that killed Selena.
Oh, wait, that's not Mario Lopez?
That's Yolanda.
Oh.
I was like, man, fucking, that's what happens. There's also a point in time where every
rots in
hot
hell.
Latina woman
Yeah.
ends up looking like your tita, and she's just a short-looking Mexican lady wearing a muumuu.
that's what, you know what's going to happen? That's what's going to happen to Nancy from Love is Blind.
Oh yeah,
Nancy's hot now, but you know what Nancy's going to look like in 25 years? In 25 years, Nancy's going to look like
Her brothers.
her brothers.
Yeah. So it's my coversary.
Look at the Mario Lopez head after
sent you
you
another-
look at Cove, and
I sent you another one, Spot. That was the. What does Mario Lopez
No, I'm
have
saying
to do
it's
with this?
apparent that he's getting older, and his Botox is more apparent now, and he's no longer 30-year-old guy. He's no longer the 40-something-year-old that looks 30. I think Mario Lopez is starting to look his age. His plastic surgery does give that melted look a little bit.
That was when I entered the emergency room. Saying, fuck you to
Coversary.
Rich. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And by the way, I want you to know it's.
Hey, Rich, thanks for giving us COVID.
Yeah.
dude, you're welcome. I probably had it 5 times. You're lucky you didn't get more than once.
That's really, thank you.
Yeah, I mean,
Appreciate that.
the world got it. Do you know anyone that hasn't got COVID at this point?
Yeah, Michael E.
To
To his knowledge.
his
hasn't got
knowledge.
it.
I
Jordan
think-
never got it. Never had
her
it.
knowledge.
She never had it. She was never sick.
Yeah, but could have had it asymptomatic. A lot of people had it
Yeah,
asymptomatic.
maybe, but she never got sick.
I've had colds that were worse than COVID. Some people just didn't hit hard.
Really?
You know,
I was
looking
out
back,
of commission
though-
for 2 weeks, and he was in the hospital for a fucking week.
I don't
Yeah.
think people understand how sick I was.
Good
to
for
be
you.
honest.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand up. Think about that. Think about you couldn't stand up. Like that
Yeah.
was miserable. You know, I couldn't put it this way. When I got out of the hospital, I couldn't lift my feet up to fucking wash my legs.
You have atrophy?
I couldn't do it.
He was
I
like
had no
he
strength.
was like Steven Seagal in Hard to Kill when he was in a coma for 7 years,
Yeah.
and then he had to rebuild his strength.
It's weird. Do you run like him now? Is that part of the side effects?
Yeah, look at me now. Yeah,
run like
it was,
Steven
dude,
Seagal.
and then that set me back. It made me lazier.
Yeah.
I said, you know, I fucking wasn't hitting the gym. I gained weight. Sucked. Everything about it sucked. So anyway, that was a year ago today, but I'm on my comeback.
Yeah.
There's no easy way out.
There's
Now I'm
no
training.
shortcut
There's no short. I'm like that guy. Fucking. I'm like,
Yeah.
you see that guy who's so quick the pixels can't even keep him up.
There's
There's a guy on the internet that's so fast that
the
pixels
pixels-
can't even fucking register how fast he is. He's faster than the
Yeah.
pixels. He's like, like
You
that
also
guy at
run
the
on
gym.
water?
it is pretty funny though how COVID went from major companies, like I said a couple weeks ago, where it went from major companies
I
and
don't know
everyone
how we
being
lived through it. I don't know how
super-
we did it.
it
was a nightmare.
Everyone was so super cautious and crazy about it.
Nightmare.
And now, as I was saying the other day, major companies went from like sign into your office. Oh, my flashlight's on. Sign on to your office thing or sign on to all these rando things. And now it's like you need tests and vaccines and all this. Now you just go to work. Like I told you, SiriusXM went from need to sign in with special apps to get into the building. You need to show your Vax card. You need to show this. You need to do that. Now it's like every restriction lifted like as if COVID never happened. And we said it was going to happen. We just didn't know when. But I guess for all those times I said COVID's over and you guys are like, yep, false alarm. It's, can we agree now, Spot? Would you agree now that it's over?
Sure, Rich.
No, do you agree or no?
I mean, it's like the flu now.
Yeah, it wasn't like the flu at first, but now all those people that said it was like the flu are finally right. So, hey, enjoy your COVIDversary. What do you do for that? You go drink some Pedialyte and
Yeah, you
what do you do for a COVIDversary?
you breathe. You
breathe some good
stick
air.
your head between ass cheeks so it feels like you can't breathe. And yeah.
1 million people died. Before the vaccines, it was a different ball game. Yeah, I guess old people, it really
Are you gonna
old people change for.
Are you going to celebrate by sticking your head between ass cheeks to
Just
make
to breathe.
just to see what it was like to not be able to breathe properly?
It sucked. I'll tell you what though. You said Pedialyte.
Do you still have
I guess Jordan had some from those days that expired this
Yeah.
week, which makes sense,
Well,
right?
You've been pounding Pedialyte all
No,
week.
she's like, want to finish these before they go bad? So all weekend, to hydrate myself,
They got
I was mixing
electrolytes.
it with vodka. So
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, staying hydrated
Um,
and finishing the supply.
Do you have a photo of your little oxygen thing? Remember you were sent home with that?
Your tank?
Your little
Like you're an old lady at a casino?
What was the name of them?
What did we
Forgot my old friend.
Your
See?
old friend? Your
COVID
little
brain.
oxygen
You
friend?
forgot.
That would be
I can't believe that was a
December,
year
right?
ago. I can't believe that was
Yeah.
a year ago.
Yeah, December. Timestamp. There it is. I got COVID. Well, I got it a few days before, but ended up in the emergency room today, a year ago.
Yeah. No,
And I was there and I'm still dealing with the bills a year later.
I just ignore them.
Hospital bills?
Yeah.
They affect your credit eventually. How do you ignore them?
I don't know. What do you need credit for? You have a house?
Shut up. You're out of your mind.
I'm serious.
You're out of your mind.
I like those, and eventually, you notice that every time you ignore bills, they keep going lower and lower.
Yeah.
No, I don't get that privilege.
You notice
That's
that
just
spot?
the same.
Bills, they'll be like, it could be like, you owe $800. Then all of a sudden you're like, I didn't pay it. They're like, now you owe $400. Then eventually be like, you'll get a bill for like $80
They keep running it through insurance.
until finally you're like, all right, I'll pay the $50.
Phone call.
What do we got?
I don't know.
All right. Hello. Hello.
Hey guys.
What up?
Hey, this is Billy. I've been listening to you guys for a long time, since Maxim. Anyway,
What up, Billy?
Long time Billy. What's up, long time Billy?
What made you decide to
a
call?
long time ago. I've called in a few times over the years. Anyway,
I mean, like,
you were talking, at least the feed I was watching on live, you were talking about kids knowing the reason why I got divorced.
Yeah.
I wanted to share this stupid story with me. It was a learning experience for me. I got divorced back when my kids were like 10 years old, something like that. And I never told them what happened. I told them they would have to ask their mom why we got divorced, because it turned out their mom cheated on me, right? Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to paint their mother in that light. I wouldn't even tell them why. And then now they're 26, and I finally told them just this last year what was going on and why it happened. And I realized I made the wrong decision a while back, because my son thought that he was always a problem, even though we told him over and over and over.
So your son, all those years, thought he thought that he was part of the reason why mom and dad got divorced. Meanwhile, it was because your wife was with another dude, and you were just trying to protect your wife's reputation.
Oh yeah, I just didn't want them thinking about their mother that way.
That's what. By the way, that's a really what an honorable man you are.
He did the right thing.
What an
That's what he's
honorable
supposed to
dude you are. But to think that, fuck, now my son took the blame in his own mind. That sucks.
Yeah. But I think he did the right thing.
Hey, long time Mike. Good to hear from you. No, Mike. Long time Mike.
Long time. Oh, Billy.
Oh, Billy.
All right.
Thank you,
Talk
buddy.
to you guys later. Bye.
Thanks for the call, man. Thanks for your
Later,
support always.
later, long time. Thanks, long time, Mike. Long time, Mike.
P-brain. Don't pay. The guy that tells you to don't pay your bills.
What's the feedback saying? Hospital bills don't affect your credit.
You want to make a bet? They fucking get collections on you.
he did have,
which affects your credit.
He did have COVID 5 times, so he can't remember things.
I mean, I ignore all my bills. I just don't pay them. Can't die with pay. I'll be 100 years old. No,
Remember, the backstory is I was supposed to be there 5 days, right? They kept me there 2 extra days.
Because their problem, right?
Because
their
they
mistake.
couldn't get the oxygen tank, and their reasoning was, we were calling the wrong provider the whole time. Sorry
They meant
about
to
that.
call Scuba Steve, right?
Yeah, whoopsie. I'm like, so I stayed here 2 extra days, and they're still billing me for that. I'm like, leave me alone. That was your mistake. It was Air 2D2?
Did we call it Air 2D2?
Damn, I forget.
Medical bills are not reflected in credit because you did not agree to finance the amount. That's from Caleb. A few people have said.
Yeah, but they'll send it
Sorry
to
to tell you.
collections.
Collections is when it starts to get. Yeah,
And
that
then
affects your
collections
credit.
affects your credit. So it's
So wrong and wrong.
wrong and wrong. Who I don't know who this is. Hello?
Who we got?
Hey, it's Vince calling from New York.
What's up, Vince?
Hello, Vince.
Hey, guys. Happy day after Halloween. So, just a little fun fact for Rich.
Yeah.
My daughter's in 3rd grade in Rockville Center in New York.
Rockville Center,
And,
home of Mulcahy's?
Yeah.
Sure.
Among a bunch of other
Among a bunch of
Saw
other
a lot
great
of
bars.
good concerts at Mulcahy's.
Mulcahy's in Wanta. Wait. Mulcahy's in Rockville. Wait, what's in Rockville Center? Rockville Center. It's a great spot. Rockville Center. All my high school friends would go there in college to party because Rockville Center was great.
It has like one street that's just lined with not clubs, with like lounges and restaurants.
Yeah,
and
no.
it's pretty cool.
No, it's a great spot. Rockville Center, Long Island, definitely a top 3 like spot to go out. Like if you're on Long Island.
Absolutely. Great town. So, Rich, just interesting. I went to pick up my daughter yesterday from school, and for the first time, I saw this little girl, and I had to do like a triple take because I found Emmy's double. I found her twin.
You found my daughter's doppelganger?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I had to not, I had to take it easy and not look like a creep, because thank God I was picking up my daughter.
Yeah.
And people wouldn't look at me like I was crazy. But
Yeah, that's unfortunate because sometimes you do look at a kid like maybe it's just a cute kid.
Yeah.
And then you can't even like acknowledge the kid because you want.
Text it into the text.
That's so funny.
Yeah, well, and I wanted to approach the mother, but I figured she's not going to know. I don't think she's going to know Covino and Rich and stuff. And I was like, I wanted to take a picture, and then I'm like, no, that's not going to work either. But I just had to let you know that your daughter has a twin 5,000 miles away back in Long Island.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I was going to say, my daughter's becoming like a little girl now. She's no longer a baby.
You know who else has a twin? Logan Paul. And he reunited with his
I saw that.
doppelganger
He
yesterday.
reunited with his doppelganger. Thanks for the call, brother. Have fun on Long Island. Vince, everybody.
Thank you, Vince.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy on the islands.
Thanks, long time, Jimmy.
Thank you,
Long
Vince.
time, Jimmy. But no, it is interesting because I do see people once in a while where I'm like, you're a dead ringer for a friend
I
I,
used to
have.
see people too, but some fucking doofus sent me to the hospital a year ago. My eyesight has never been the same.
Yes.
It's either that or Carlo Mencia was really right about.
He's
this.
right. You're gonna hit a wall. Just hit a wall.
But by
you
the way,
need to go to the eye doctor.
dude, every time I look in the mirror and I feel like horse shit, which is like 9 out of 10 times,
You think of Carlos Mencia?
I think of Carlos Mencia and I want to fucking strangle.
Dude, he got
I wanna
in your
kick him right
head.
in the fucking balls. is
That's
what I wanna do.
wild.
Yeah.
The fact that he got in your head.
Yeah.
You know, that's an interesting old school radio conversation.
Guys like you hit a wall, bro.
No,
You're gonna hit, and when you hit it, you hit it
I know,
hard.
like that used to be more old school radio. Like, hey, topic, let's get feedback. But I'll be honest, like I'm intrigued by that. Are there times where an
I'm
insignificant?
sure we've said things that stuck.
No,
with
but I'm
people.
saying like I wonder that, and I would love to see the feedback. In fact, are there times where someone in your life, it could be an insignificant person that just drops some random fun fact or theory on you where you're like, yo, that person's now on my walls. Like Carlos Mencia telling Covino, yeah, you're a really handsome guy, but in your mid 40s or 50, guys like you hit a wall. And
when you hit it hard.
yo,
'cause it's
and
like,
stupidly,
there's some truth to it, which bothers me.
stupidly,
Right. It's like Joe Coy jokes about like these hot Filipino girls.
yeah.
There's a point where they turn into like, you know, how every old Filipino lady looks. There's a point where all of a sudden they just look like that. You know, so he was sort of giving that to me about like, you're gonna hit a wall and you're gonna hit it hard.
No, but I
I'm
like
fucking. Why don't you worry about the wall?
I like the idea of the rando person that got in your walls. And I'm trying to think of like, it could be good advice. It doesn't need to be negative. It doesn't need to be like, this person now haunts me.
We often reference our buddy Gates, who told us that relevance is a choice. We always say that. I always say that.
You are, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep
So he got in
relevance
my
as a
walls, but that's a
choice.
positive one, though, right?
Yeah. What are the positive or negative rando things someone said to you?
I'm sure a lot come from this show for a lot of people because they listen to us every day. Like, yeah, I never looked at it that way until fucking stupid Rich did. Ruined my perspective
Rich
on
said
it.
that and it fucked me up. Or, Covino brought that. Spot, for a while, when you were really leaning heavy on the whole, like, what does it all mean? I'm sure there's people that are like, what does it all mean?
I still feel that way.
You still feel that way?
Yeah, what does it all mean? What does any of it mean, Rich?
You're here for 100 years tops.
Here for
You're here for
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
yeah, but I'm saying you're here for 100 years tops. And don't you just want to make the best of those 100 years? Like when you say what does it all mean, it means like you're just gonna like not really put your because that would insinuate, well, what does it all mean? Let me put no effort into
You're
relationships,
misunderstanding.
friendships, work.
You're misunderstanding that certain thing, like what does it all mean? Like when you stress about certain things, it's like in the grand scheme, what does it all mean? That's what it means.
I think about that. I think about
like when you're stressing about like,
I think of Sarah harps on a lot, and I always tell her, I say it sucks because it's there's nothing you could do about it. What'll make Sarah upset is she'll say, there's billionaires out there that are just just have billions of dollars in the bank that they'll never spend or anything. And she's like, there's like a mom and 2 kids like begging for loose change outside of Ralph's.
Oh, so she's a socialist?
I guess so. If you want to call my wife a socialist because she feels bad for kids begging for change. Meanwhile, there's a billionaire sitting on billions. It's like,
You ever
she's
want to
like
yell at the people that exploit their kids like that?
Oh, I hate it.
I'm always this close. If I'm like
She's communist.
this close to a bad day where I yell at a lady, like, let your kids fucking go home, you piece of shit.
That's their. It's like the people in foreign countries
We
that
don't
like
have a home.
there's
Yes, you do,
there's-
you fucking liar.
There's people in foreign countries that disform their kids to get money.
Yeah, but we see these kids a
yeah.
lot on the corners of LA. It's like, yo, it's one thing you're a fucking loser begging here on the corner. Leave your kids out of it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I
You don't
agree
know
with
their- you
Sarah.
don't know their
Like,
situation.
yeah, but I'm saying like
They got to have their kids there.
it doesn't matter what they're.
Get out of here.
But I'm saying
why,
it
why
doesn't.
expose them to that? Leave them somewhere else.
Yeah, but they can't be left home alone.
That's a fucking ploy, dude. If you don't believe that, you're out of your mind. They're using their kids as sympathy bait.
Yeah, no, very much so. But it's, I don't know, man. There's something to be said about like.
Here's a good one.
Yeah, there are super rich people out there, and I'm not saying they should give away their money, but it does make you think like, man, there's people that are like starving and don't have food or are really like, fucking living in a dumpster. Meanwhile, there's people that literally do have billions of dollars. It really is. When you talk about what does it all mean, Spot, that's a what does it all mean? Like, what does it all mean? We're all like humans and, you can't do anything about it. Some people live fucking with yachts and other people, or dumpster diving.
Living with nuts.
Yeah, no, it's fucking sad.
Carrie has a good one.
What is Carrie's?
Carrie said when Rich went off about women who don't wear toenail polish, it changed her life.
My friend Jeanette told me that I got in her head once in high school.
Yeah.
And she thanked me.
Armpit hair. I'm sure there's women with armpit stubble.
My friend Jeanette, as we call her.
And
Jeanette.
hairy arms. Remember you went off on hairy arms too?
Jeanette. Oh, you know what? I've helped the lives of many women.
Oh, have you?
I have, and I'll tell you why.
I'm sure you've destroyed the lives of many women too.
It's probably true too.
Remember when Rich said COVID didn't exist, but he gave it to us, and I ended up in the hospital? You
I
remember
remember that.
Remember that? That
Well,
affected
you weren't vaxxed.
That sort of affected my life too.
Yeah, a little bit.
Remember when he didn't really give a shit?
Did you see how he just blamed you?
I wasn't vaxxed.
Remember how cavalier he was about the whole thing?
I still am.
By the way,
because
here's Air 2D. Oh, shoot.
Air 2D2.
Shoot. Stupid computer.
My old friend, man. That was a year ago. I used to sleep with that guy. Wait, does that make me gay?
I don't know, Spot.
If you sleep with one guy, no.
Okay.
Maybe you're heteroflexible. Maybe you're robot flexible.
I don't know. I think it was a male robot.
I mean, when Gabe said I categorized the world as 2 people, players and haters, that changed his life. That changed his life.
It really did draw attention to something that we've all known.
My friend Jeanette told me that in high school once we were like just chilling out, and I was like, Jeanette, what's with your hairy toe? And Jeanette had like a couple hairs on her big toe, and she goes, ever since you said that when we were like teenagers, I waxed or lasered the hair. Like, you get those, even women get those like random like toe hair. And she's like, she is very particular about that ever since I said it. And my friend Janine was making her like Tinder profile when she was single once.
Mexicans love jarritos.
And
I said jarritos.
we were going up. She was asking me like what the biggest turnoffs for men are. And my friend Janine at the time, she's like, wait a minute, are my arms hairy? And she lasered her like arm hair because I said one turnoff for a guy could be really hairy arms. And like 2 months after that, she met her husband. So she's like, was it you? And the arm hair comment, I'm like, yes.
Look what Stu said. Stu hot Efron. He's hotter than Efron. Did you see Zac Efron's like weird looking now?
Yeah.
Really weird looking now. So Stu hotter than Efron.
He is.
Says Rich effed up my mom with the women with the fuzz on their face thing. What did I say about women with fuzz on their face? Now she has to shave because of you.
What fuzz on her face?
Now she had to laser off a fuzz. She was like the wolf boy.
Yeah.
You're
welcome.
Fuzz on her face. Now she's.
You're welcome.
I mean, look what you did.
What do you want me to tell you? You're welcome. Even your dad chimed in. Even the most beautiful people all end up looking like the crypt keeper, unless you have plastic surgery done. Even those people.
Your mom's a looker. She held up.
Yeah, you should be happy. You should be happy about that. It means you at least got a couple decades left. Because if your mom hasn't hit the wall yet, then you haven't hit the wall yet.
Yeah. Your mom dodged that wall.
I haven't been the
jumped
same
over that wall
since COVID. I haven't. It's been a struggle.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's our update. If you want to share your things that stuck with you, by all means, hit us up at Covino and Rich. And I have a few news alerts I want to get to just to see what you think about these things. Yeah. Some Taco Tuesday, Dia de los Muertos, Rando News.
Yeah.
I keep giving Ronnie James Dio a shout out. It's Dia, not Dio. So
I have the Alfredo all set up.
props to the Browns. Big win yesterday over the Bengals. Last I saw, Joe Burrow was sacked 5 times. Fuck, what? Browns looked solid yesterday. So anyway, that was your Monday Night Foosball.
You know, there's so many teams in football.
Talk more about that on Fox Sports Radio.
So many teams in football. Yeah, we'll get to it later. But
I'm all about the Browns sack.
Teams that are like 3-4. I'm sorry, 3-5 or 4-4. There's a couple of them that will get hot and somehow make the playoffs. Like the Browns are 3-5. But are they really done when no one's really that great? Like when, other than the Chiefs and the Bills, when everyone else is sort of like, doesn't that mean everyone's sort of in it still?
Yeah.
Like, not to be all stat boy on Patreon, but look at the NFL, the AFC. If other than the Bills and the Chiefs, if other than the Bills and Chiefs and and the Tennessee Titans, but they'll win that division, and they don't. There's no wild card coming out of that division, I don't think. If you're looking at the rest of the league, doesn't that mean anyone that's like 3-5 or 4-4, and even like a 2-6 team if they went on like a 5-game winning streak, like there's gonna be that 7th wild card. That's probably gonna be like 9-8 or 8-9. So doesn't that mean all these teams are still in it, which is awesome?
By the way, your boy Jimmy Garoppolo got a shout out on Bachelor in Paradise last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's one dude they're all threatened by. They're like, yeah, he's all ripped. Kind of looks like Jimmy Garoppolo.
Does he?
That's funny.
I mean, not really. Jimmy Garoppolo's way more handsome than that guy. But
look at the NFC, Covino.
Some Russian guy.
Look at the NFC. Every second place team, other than the East with the Eagles and the Cowboys and all that, every other division, the second place team isn't over 500.
Yeah,
which means there's going to be teams that get hot. There's probably a couple bad teams right now that in a month or so from now we'll be like, yo, that team got fucking hot.
They figured it out.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed your
I can
Monday
see that.
night.
He's Jimmy G-ish.
He's Jimmy G-ish.
Yeah, I liked him. He was a nice guy. Anyway, in other random news.
Guy?
Yeah,
This guy right here?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Some girl chose another dude over him.
He's manly.
Yeah, he can get it.
So
still not used to that.
I know.
Still processing.
That being said, sandwich me in right here, and I'll be good.
Okay.
Center.
That's fair too.
Still like the ladies. Love them.
Migos rapper Takeoff died at 28. Now, I read Migos rapper died. I'm like, what happened? Because I know that dude. Right. But Migos rapper Takeoff died at 28. And it's big news, so I report it. I don't know Takeoff, but it's on every website today. He got shot at a downtown bowling alley in Houston. Kind of sad. He's only 28 years old.
No, but I saw that too. And like, again, it's me being out of the loop with hip hop clearly, because so many times I see these things and I'm like, I don't even know who that is. And I know you feel the same way.
Same, but if you follow World Star and other gossip websites, there's always some young rapper that I don't know.
Quavo was with him, and you know that name.
Yeah, I know the names.
Migos was one person.
No, Migos is those dudes.
I know. Now I know.
But I'm saying...
Yeah, I didn't know that Takeoff was...
But you've heard Migos and you've heard Quavo, but you've never heard Takeoff.
No.
But Takeoff, yeah, like he's affiliated with people that you've known and heard of and know some of their music, but never...
Out of respect, we bring it up because I was like, does anybody know that? Oh, I guess everybody knows because it's all over the place. So I'm just acknowledging it. Sad to hear. Only 28 years old. And to make it fun, Rich.
Hold on one second.
To make it fun. Even though there's nothing fun about a funeral.
Oh, you know what? It's really interesting because Migos, I was saying, you know Migos and you know that Quavo's in Migos. I didn't know that Takeoff was part of their group.
You just said that.
No, but I'm saying like I didn't, That never connected the dots for me because I've heard Offset and Quavo, but I've never heard Takeoff before.
I feel like you're just saying words.
Yeah.
I know. The group, Migos.
Honestly, you keep saying words and like
It's like Spot. Boys to Men consist of who? Like
I forget all the names.
How about Belle Biv DeVoe?
Belle Biv DeVoe consists of
Michael Bivins, DeVoe. What's his name? Johnny. What's his name?
Ronnie DeVoe.
Ronnie DeVoe, and
long time Michael. Long time.
Ricky Bell.
Ricky Bell. There you go.
Migos consist of Quavo, Takeoff, and
that.
Offset. But what I'm saying is, for me,
But like Belle Biv DeVoe is a group, and I knew that.
but sadly, Takeoff is the one I had not, because I had heard Quavo and Offset, but I never heard of Takeoff.
Okay,
and
so
sad-
Takeoff
yeah.
is Quavo's nephew.
Yeah.
That's what EJ reads.
It's sad. Yeah, it's sad. It's definitely
yeah.
sad. A guy
I
in his
bring it up
20s
'cause-
getting shot and killed. It just, oddly enough, he was the one
It's
that I
everywhere.
never heard of.
Rich, let me ask you this though. On a fun note, you're on a date night. What's the minimum a woman, because you love competitive women, what's the minimum a woman could bowl where like you're not mad about it? And what's the minimum a guy could bowl? Because he died, unfortunately, bowling.
180.
I think the minimum
100 for men.
the minute if a guy there's no way on earth and you should be ashamed of yourself and actually never bowl again and look at yourself in the mirror in shame if you're a grown man and you bowl under 100.
Under 100, you're a loser.
Because under 100 would insinuate, like, I could see a guy being like, oh, got an 8, got a 9, oh, Mr. Spare, Mr.
Want to
Spare.
talk about this for fun on Fox Sports Radio later?
If you bowl under,
You're a loser.
If you bowl,
you're a man who bowls under 100.
if you bowl under 100, that means 10 frames went by.
Like, you shouldn't get any booty that night.
That means 10 frames went by.
Yeah.
And you didn't get one spare or one strike.
Yep.
Under 100, you should be ashamed of yourself. Now, as far as women go, 70. I don't really judge. I'm saying competitive man to man. Like a woman might be like, I don't bowl. I've never bowled. Like,
but you hate women who don't take it serious or don't try.
oh, if a girl just throws it right into the gutter
Okay,
and she
so
walks
there's
back
gotta
like
be a minimum,
smiling, yeah,
70,
like, yeah,
75.
I like competitive. See,
She has to get over.
Bill Jackson
Depends how
said-
hot she is. There's a hot to suck
Listen,
ratio.
Bill
So if
Jackson-
she's really hot, she could bowl 50. I'd be okay with it.
I don't give a shit. Yeah. Bill Jackson, though, says we have low expectations. See, I agree, Bill. If I get under a 150, I'm disappointed in myself. But there are games where you bowl like a 129 and you're like, yo, I just sucked. I couldn't find the pocket. There are times where you're like, yo, man, I'm not feeling it. But you bowl like a 130, 128, I think for my own, I would be embarrassed of me if I bowled under a 130. But under 150, I think is a good precedent.
Mr. Franz.
150 is a good precedent, but because that would mean, all right, what would you say, Covino? You would say that at least you'd get 3 marks in a game, at least a couple spares and 1 strike. You'll
fucking least,
right? Like so.
Yeah.
But I'm saying so like 1.
You have to beat the girl.
Oh, dude, if you lose to your woman in bowling, you can lose in mini golf.
You lose your man
I
card.
went on a bowling date
That's subjective.
recently.
With a dude or a woman?
Woman.
And
I won. I got like a 130, I think.
that's fair. I don't.
She
I
got
don't
like an 8 and 90 maybe.
That's fair. Honestly,
80,
Spot,
90.
those scores seem pretty standard for like a couple, 130 and 90. I'm just saying, if you bowl under 100 as a dude, you're a loser. If you bowl over 200, I'm way impressed because I feel like even when I bowl a great game, it's like 184.
String my fingers.
I've only bowled over a 200 twice in my life. I bowled a 220 when I was like a teenager. Never came close again. You got to be in the zone.
Yeah, because like you
Like
need,
Ak and Barak.
like how often
The zone.
The zone.
how often do we bowl?
Once a
enough.
year.
Once
Maybe
a
in the
year.
twice
Right.
in the last 5 years, maybe.
Our boy Hefe balls in a league.
So like if you're a regular bowler, you should be getting numbers. But like if you're bowling once a year, you're taking a game to fucking warm up. And then like you're trying to get in the groove. So by the time you're in the groove, you're done.
Do you remember one of my exes?
2 games, maybe 3 max.
Do you remember one of my exes is like an
Spot gets into the groove,
Do
like
you know
Madonna.
one of my exes is an abnormally good bowler?
Who?
Do you know this? Do you know this fun
You
fact?
fucking dated Norm Duke?
Weber?
I used to fuck Norm Duke.
Did
Nah,
she say, who do you think you are? I am.
I am.
no. Do you remember?
Who did
You've
you
never-
date? Fucking Al Bundy?
You would have lost because I'm pretty sure she may have even beat me. Do you know Jen's like a 200 bowler?
Really?
But like I was like,
She hosted a bowling show.
She has her own bowling balls.
but what I'm saying is like,
Yeah, she dated a pinhead.
yeah, but
You shave Rich's hair. It says Brunswick on the back.
you've never. I could probably shoot one thing in the room. You never had your own bowling ball, I bet.
No.
I had multiple bowling balls with your
Still
name.
have them all.
With your name.
They're in my fucking
Parents' attic?
storage. No, they're.
Mine are long thrown away. I'm sure.
Mine are in my pants.
I got them right here in LA.
I had like a 10-pound ball when I was a little kid. Then I remember I had a 16-pound red ball. And you remember you had your name. You remember the trick on how to get your name all clear?
Yeah.
White crayon, and then wax it off. But yeah, no, I loved fucking bowling. In fact, I love bowling now. But you only go like once every couple of years. Like maybe like work will be like,
Save
hey,
this energy for later. I was talking about Migos. I just threw it out there.
Yeah, I know. Okay,
I mean,
fine.
you got killed at a bowling alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just bringing up bowling. What
Sad.
the fuck?
No,
That's so sad.
I asked you the question. I said, what are the minimums? But I think we should take a hard stance that if you can't bowl over 100, you're a guy.
Yeah, knows
Go
a pretty good bowler. Our friend Shannon bowls like a 120, 130. Like Shannon's in the mix with the dudes that are. That's why I'm saying if you're a guy that bowls under
So you used
100,
to lose to Jen? Is that what you were admitting? Really?
I don't know how many times I've gone with her, but she bowls like she was in. It was one of the random fun facts. Like she was in bowling leagues her whole childhood. Her parents were in multiple bowling leagues. Like no, but to the point where like she takes it serious, like fingertip bowling with the curve, with the curve and everything. Like not just taking the ball and being like, hey, like there's a difference. But yeah, you can't bowl less than 100.
Yeah, I remember she did that bowling show on Spike or whatever it was at the time.
But yeah, no, it's bowling is something. We should do bowling soon. What you want to go next couple weeks?
I'm always down.
Last time I went, I like sprained my fingers. I don't know how.
Strike.
Ruined my social life.
Well, in other rando news, and by the way, rest in peace to Takeoff. 8 XFL rebranded logos were revealed.
Oh.
So the 2023 rebranding of the XFL is official. So it's coming out next year. The Rock is heading that up, having his press conferences about it. But
No.
yeah, I think it was on its way. Like when we were at ESPN, remember COVID ruined everything?
Oh, when you were in the hospital?
We were talking about it, sort of vibing with it. I thought it was definitely better than the first or second. Oh, this would be like the fourth rebranding of the XFL.
It's not going to work. It's like when Jay-Z, you remember we talked about how just because, like, Justin Timberlake tried to rebrand MySpace. And we're like, oh, it's Justin Timberlake. Still failed. No one cares about the XFL. You know why? People care about the NFL. People care about Major League Baseball. People love the NBA more than ever. And there's a section of people that love hockey. Soccer is on the come up. There's just, how do I describe it? I'll give you a great analogy.
PJ Walker had a big day this weekend. He was from the XFL.
You know how on social media, the hardest thing to do is to build followers because it's almost like people decided who they were going to follow.
Let's talk about it today on Fox Sports Radio. Will the XFL catch on? Why not?
All right, write it down.
And bowling.
And bowling. I'm serious.
Hold on.
Look at these logos. They're legit.
Renegades.
It doesn't matter.
Houston Roughnecks. Let's go on. Orlando Guardians. Boring. Seattle Sea Dragons. Sign me up.
They all existed recently.
Vegas Vipers.
But they rebranded some of them.
Man, I like that. Vipers. Bring it on.
They should be the Vegas Vapors with a douchey guy with a vape stick.
You can model for it.
So Stu says 100% will not catch on.
100%.
Okay, so
There's college football. There's NFL football. There's baseball. There's hockey. There's NBA. There's college basketball. There's World
what makes
Cup.
you think that there's not room for it though when these stupid like player-controlled leagues and
They get
these
no hype.
arena, but they
get
still
no-
are in business.
For
You know what I mean?
now, for very little short periods of time. You think the player control league is going to last?
I mean, there's arena football leagues that last.
I think these are things that like people break even on, like owners just own, maybe write-offs. All I'm saying is that much like social media, we always talk about how hard it is to build new social media numbers. You know why? Because when social media started,
Elon Musk is bringing Vine back, so
you start.
he's asking
I
about
saw
it.
that.
Yeah,
You
so
sort
Rich,
of
you could
follow.
be
Rich, it's your time to shine is back.
You sort of followed who you followed in the beginning.
Back, buddy.
You sort of
Back in the
followed
game.
who you followed in the beginning, and you really don't follow new people often, right? It's hard for a new person to join social media and blow up because, again, you're probably like, I follow who I follow. When was the last time you followed someone new? It's rare.
Who did we give credit to recently that joined an oversaturated market and made it? Was a brand or
Like Under Armour or something? Or
Tito's.
But when you look at sports, you already have your life set. You're like a creature of habit for the past 30 years since you're a little boy. You watch baseball in the summer to the World Series, you watch football, then you watch basketball, and boom. Like you don't have room for it.
Okay.
You're gonna watch football in the summer?
I'm just bringing up the
Fail.
update, man. Save it.
Fail.
I thought this was the stupidest. There was a bunch of Halloween parties over the weekend, and you saw all these celebrities dressed up. Like, okay, I want to party with Diddy. Anyway, Heidi Klum is known for taking her costumes like next level and serious. Heidi Klum. Every year, she's like one of the headlines of What Was She This Year, if you didn't know that. Heidi Klum. And then she comes out this year as a worm. And I'm like, how counterproductive, because she's hot. Like, if you're a hot woman, I mean, she's a hot older woman now, right? But if you're known for your body and your looks, like, why would you cover it up with this stupid costume? But little did I know, like, she got out of the worm later that night.
Oh.
And she just, So I was like, oh, okay, good. All right. You redeemed yourself. That was ridiculous. So look, you could keep scrolling down.
Heidi
too.
Klum's a worm.
Yeah, like that was her. And like, who wants to see that?
She always like really
I know. She goes all out.
goes all out.
And then like, she's there you
she's
go.
a sexy worm.
Now she's the sexy worm.
yeah, sexy word.
Yeah.
I thought the best costume I saw was Lizzo as Marge Simpson.
Cardi B was Marge Simpson too.
I think Lizzo's was better though because she was like,
Sexy worm. Let's launch the craziest Halloween looks.
Yeah, she looks better as the
So gross.
sexy worm. I can promise you that. But anyway, I was so mad about it. I was like, that's counterproductive. No one wants to see that. Oh. Anyway, just throwing that out there because that keeps circulating, that stupid picture. Here's a rando story from Los Angeles. There was a man in a wheelchair. Wheelchair is a Mexican word, by the way. I should probably throw it out on.
No, don't.
Why not?
yeah.
On Dia de los Muertos. So anyway, there was a man in a wheelchair on the 405 last night, and he passed me. That's the update.
Yeah, he was going.
But he was not
40.
hurt, and the California Highway Patrol actually had to get him off the road because, like, how does that happen? I don't know. Maybe he had a fight with his wife. Yeah, I'm out of here. I'll tell you what. If my dad was in a wheelchair when I was a kid, that would have been him because he left the car like twice a month.
She was Large Simpson.
Large Simpson. That's the best. I love
I
it.
think Cardi B was also
They're both. Ugh.
Marge Simpson. I guess that's a rarity. Imagine like Cardi B and Lizzo both not telling each other and they were both Marge Simpson. How rare is that? Who was Vecna?
Oh, someone in the NBA.
I know there was someone in the NBA, but
Was it-
no, there was a
was it
woman
at
who
the
had
football
there was
game?
a
Was that
woman.
an athlete was?
There was a woman who was Vecna where she had like fucking something to her titties. She got yellow cheeks, Marge yellow cheeks. I'm gonna send you a picture to go along with this, and then
Well, I want to give you the Mexican word for wheelchair. Wheelchair.
wheelchair.
Yeah. Mexican word of the day on this Taco Tuesday, Dia de los Muertos, wheelchair, in tribute to this man and all the people who are kicking ass in a wheelchair right now. Me and Juan, we only had one taco on a Taco Tuesday. That's okay, wheelchair.
Wait.
That's okay, wheelchair. Wheelchair. It's okay, wheelchair. Man in wheelchair.
Get it? Wheelchair?
Man in wheelchair on the 405. Did you see the
Wheelchair?
picture? Did you pull up the picture spot?
Wheelchair? Wheelchair.
Did you see that picture spot or no?
What picture?
Of the guy in the wheelchair.
Oh, yeah.
You showed it?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
it's
There's
pretty
pictures of him
wild.
on the highway.
Wheelchair.
And World Series Game 3 tonight was rained out yesterday. Enjoy it tonight. I think we got a series. Why was he on the highway? Like I said, he probably got in a fight with his wife. Look, see,
there he is, just strolling down the 405.
California Highway Patrol had to take him off.
Was spotted on the 405. He's probably, you know what? He probably escaped from the VA. I'll have to talk to my wife. Man was not hurt. Was detained around 11:50 p.m. Oh, reportedly distraught after attempting to seek services in the Department of Veteran Affairs campus. Oh my God.
Yo, but how scary
I
is
gotta
that,
send this
though?
to my wife.
Is that where she works?
That's where she works.
Isn't
so
that
funny.
scary though, Rich? Like this guy's on a highway
That's
in a
wild.
wheelchair.
It was said that Kristen Tice should have been watching him. That's funny as hell.
So some shout outs to give real quick, right quick.
Spot, I sent you something else real quick before you do the shout outs to wrap. Did you see last night the Celtics at the post-game conference? Grant Williams on the Celtics. I sent you the Instagram link, Spot. He did the post-game as Batman. And Jason Tatum, you hear him in the background being like, yo, what the fuck you doing? He stayed in character as Batman. No, I thought you were. Yeah, but like I thought you were pulling it up.
You could like fill while I was pulling it up.
I thought you were had it.
Best part about this team is that we take care of each other. Defensively, that's all we can accomplish. What the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
Best part about this team
Best part about this team.
is that we take care of each other. Defensively, that's all we can accomplish. What the fuck are you doing?
There you go.
No one knows what it's like to be the Batman. He does. Shout outs. That doesn't mean we need to go. I mean, we could talk about other things.
Yeah.
It's just always, I wrap it up with the news. Brett Maxwell. Happy birthday. I think it's his birthday.
Happy birthday,
Is
buddy
it?
boy.
Brett, happy birthday.
If
either way.
so, you share your birthday with Anthony Kiedis, who is 60 today, and Jenny McCarthy, who is 50 today.
I want to shout out Carl Reinhardt because he posted publicly that I never respond to him, which are lies because I had receipts from 2 days prior of me responding to him. So
Wow, he got what he wanted.
Reinhardt. And I always remember Carl Reinhardt. You know why? Because his name is Carl, Covino and Rich listeners. And Mr. Reinhardt was my very first kindergarten gym teacher.
See?
I'll never forget that.
Fucking Carl.
So fucking Carl talking shit.
Oh, your other...
Fabian McIntosh, another shit talker, but I shout you out.
Love that guy.
Kyle Treese.
Do you like that guy, or are you being serious?
I do.
Oh.
I thought
you
he's
were joking.
I feel like he's buzzing and he just fucking posts like
Yeah, I do feel
stupid
like
shit.
I do feel like Fabian McIntosh is a guy that gets like
He gets
high
lit.
or drunk.
That's why I love it.
Posts, and then like I'm like, does he really mean that?
Yeah.
I
I appreciate your
That's why I
feedback.
love
I
it.
saw you were
He's
hanging
raw and
today.
real. He's
Like
raw and
like the
real.
guy that writes an email and you're like, yo, wait till the morning to send that.
Yeah, Fabian, thank you. Kyle Treese, what a guy.
What a guy.
He's
What
a
a
technology. No, he's such a good dude. He's
good
always
guy.
on top of shit. He's
Beautiful
the one that sent me
family.
the story originally. He's like, dude, I don't watch a lot of NASCAR. He's like, but you gotta talk about this. He was the first to tip me off on that story of Ross Chastain, who took the outside lane to qualify for the championships. He pulled a video game move where all NASCARs taking the inside lane to qualify. He took the outside lane and ran against the wall to come in fourth. That shit was dope.
That's how I won our go-kart race.
Yeah, no, it was a risk, man. He risked the car, his life, everything just to qualify.
You know what they say? Life's a risk, Carnal.
Life is a risk, Carnal. So Kyle Treese, it's always fun to hear from him. He's a great dude and successful at what he does, and he's the technology. Like our old pal Mike in the Springs, who I don't think listens anymore.
Mike in the Springs.
Kelly
How's he
Terrio.
doing?
I don't know. I don't think he listens. Kelly Terrio. What's up, Kelly Terrio? How's Danny doing? Kelly the Riot. When she tells jokes, she's Kelly the Riot. Yeah. And a shout out to all the Terrio brothers, by the way. Denise, all the Denises, And all the nephews. Denise hits us up.
Nope.
What's up? Crystal Bray, thanks for reminding me of my coversary today.
How do you feel about every time you search Covino until you get to the N?
I don't like it.
COVID pops up.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm surprised that Melody or any of my relatives didn't take more flack about
What's
Covino. Yeah, like
What's up, Covino?
yeah, I never got it. No one ever was
Melody
creative enough to.
Covino.
No one cared. Sean Cook,
Because everyone's more considerate than you were when you were a child.
thank you.
They're not destroying kids with puns.
All the Morenos, all the Pragios, thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. And I posted, speaking of Halloween wrapping up, Rich and I debated yesterday, if you want to check it out, Fox Sports Radio, the podcast. We debated, like, is something better than nothing, right? When it comes to wearing a costume. And, you know, I just quickly grabbed like a bandana, my sunglasses, and a flannel. And I'm like, I'll be a fucking Vato Loco forever. I've never been a Vato Loco, actually, for Halloween. I don't think ever. So I was like, I'll just real quick. Should have wore some Dickies, Hefe, you're right. But I did it real quick.
And a white shirt.
Nah, bro, I was wearing orange, naranja, for Halloween.
Nah.
I was a fucking Halloween Vato, the YOLO Cholo. So I did it quickly. Our buddy Danny G was Tupac, posted it at Steve Covino. So check it out on social media at Steve Covino. Like my posts. It means a lot. It all helps. That being said, too, please subscribe to our free Fox Sports Radio podcast, which is nothing like this one. This is raw, real, and uncensored. And I thank you again for your November subscription to our Patreon.
Yeah, but
Thank you, guys.
it really takes very little effort and means a lot if you do subscribe to the Fox Sports Radio show. Even if you don't listen, just go on your phone, click subscribe. It does mean a lot, and it does keep things rolling for Covino and Rich. Makes this possible. How do you feel about Elon Musk? A couple people hit us up with this, and I saw this story yesterday. Might be interesting. Twitter is planning on charging people for their blue check mark, $20 a month.
I think it's worth it. I do.
You're going to pay for it?
a month?
I think it's stupid, but I think it's worth it.
The business will pay for it.
But you're going to pay. You think it's worth paying for verification?
As my brother calls it, the blue cheek mark, yeah.
I think you should be grandfathered in, though.
But you know what? I think it's going to have a reverse effect. I think any real celebrity or person of note is going to be like, fuck that. Don't verify me then.
No.
And I think the people that pay for the blue check mark might look try hard.
I think it's going to be where everyone's like,
You think Britney Spears is going to pay
"Wait,
for a
you're
blue
not-
check mark?
I'm going to do it. Are you going to do it? I'm going to do it.
But what I'm saying
That's
is-
true. Real celebrities are like, I don't give a fuck.
Do you think? Give me a random. Do you think Anthony Kiedis, who turned 60? Do you think the Chili Peppers are gonna be like, "Yo, we got to pay for $20 for our check mark"? They can be like, "Yeah, we're the Chili Peppers. Fuck you."
It's like, unless everyone at the same time says, no, we're not doing it, one person's going to be like, well, I guess I'll do it. And then another person will be like, well, they do it.
Yeah,
I
but
guess I gotta do it. Well, then they do it. I got to do it. Well, I got to do it. Yeah.
But my point is, any one of
Rich has a bluey check mark.
I love Bluey. And no, but think about that for a second. If you don't pay for the blue check mark, that makes what you less important now?
Brett is wrong about this. I agreed with Brett up until I got into the sports game.
Yeah.
Because if you rely on news or if you're on social media just for news, like sports is hardcore when it comes to Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
I
So
agree.
I'm sorry. Brett said Twitter lost its appeal years ago.
I agree with him 100%.
I thought so until we started working at ESPN in 2018.
It changed
2017.
from, tweeting thoughtful song lyrics to now it's like a source for so much
I'll give you an example. Doug Gottlieb, who's on Fox Sports, who's on before us, he has probably close to 500,000 Twitter followers. And I saw his Instagram yesterday. He has 1,000 followers. Sports is all Twitter. So
and news.
And but I'm saying sports in general.
Sports especially.
Sports is if you have an Instagram page, that's cool and all. I'm pretty sure even our old pals on Sirius XM. Are we boring you?
No, sorry. I'm really tired.
Crashing from all that candy he ate.
Probably.
He fucking had 19
No,
candy
because
bars.
He's off mic half the time, but when he yawns, he leans into the mic.
That's true. That is true.
I didn't get to make my coffee this morning.
Our old pal,
My coffee's much stronger.
our old pal, Mike Babchak and the Morning Men on Mad Dog. The Morning Men, they don't even have an Instagram page, but they're on Twitter. So the sports world is like
that's a foul on them.
Yeah.
no. But what I'm saying is like in the sports world.
What do you want to see pictures of Babchak in his underwear?
Yeah, but he's supposed to. Babchak's is on. He's on Twitter.
Yes, not Instagram. Their Instagram is like non-existent. I'm
Oh.
telling you, like, look around Instagram. Take any big sports show in the country, like I don't know, fucking Mike Francesa, or back in the day, or Evan Roberts and Craig Carton.
I hit Babchak with the funniest fucking tweet recently. It was his birthday. Whenever his birthday was, it probably was like 4 months ago. Recently to me.
Recently.
But I said, "Oh, dude, I can't believe how fucking old you're getting. I still remember when you stopped by our show for the first time." And I posted the picture of that little midget kid with the glasses that rapped with 50 Cent.
That's a good one.
Remember that kid that was like
course.
YouTube famous for a second?
Yeah.
That would rap all the time?
Rich loved that guy.
Yeah, Rich was his biggest fan.
Remember we had him on the show, and it was the most awkward thing we've ever
I'm
done. In our
so
life.
mad that you guys wanted him on. I'm like, why are we having this guy on?
We did? You wanted him so bad.
No, not at all. That was the whole joke.
Me and
I was like,
Babchak and find that response because that shit was funny.
Anyway, yeah, all these guys in sports don't have Instagram pages. They're all about Twitter. So Twitter, oddly enough, is a very sports newsy type of thing.
And the update is since Elon Musk is making moves that you're gonna have to pay for your blue check mark.
But here's the question: anyone that's already important.
Rich's favorite photo of all time.
Oh, there's little Babchak. Remember when he was on? He was a little
Man,
kid.
I love Babchak.
First time he was on our show, he was a little kid.
But you should frame that
You loved this kid.
right there. Best buds.
Put a heart around that.
Best buds forever.
Let me see me. Yeah, he looks better with Rich.
Yeah, he does.
Look at it. I had the faux hawk. That's a better look. I like that look.
Nah.
Yeah. That's our son. Covino and I adopted him.
Little Babchak.
Little Babchak.
His response.
People
is
don't
funny, too. I
realize
can't remember.
Covino and I, we adopted him. That kid. That's our son.
He lives in the other room.
Yeah. He lives with me now.
You're going to live with me now.
But the blue cheek mark, to wrap up this stupid conversation, my point is anyone of importance. You think fucking Don Lemon on the news or Dan Patrick or Stephen A. Smith, you think they're going to be like, oh man, here's $20. They can be like, I'm fucking Stephen A. Smith, motherfucker. I'm not paying for a check mark. So my point is, I think anyone of real clout is going to say, fuck it. And it's going to look like the try hard move where it's like, I got to pay for my check mark. I don't know. What do you think Gary Vee says about it? You think he'd be like, this is a terrible plan? I don't know. You tell me.
I don't. Yeah, I didn't look at it that way. You're right. Like a real famous person, are they going to even fucking have the wherewithal to like make a payment?
You think Colin Cowherd?
Twitter?
You think Colin Cowherd's going to be like, oh, my monthly payment to Elon Musk? Colin Cowherd would probably go on a monologue about how stupid it is.
Yeah, maybe.
You think athletes are going to pay for check marks?
Yes. I'm telling you, unless we all say no.
Spot is right. You should be grandfathered then. Like,
Unless we all say we're not doing it, it's going to be a domino effect of like, people are just going to have it.
Yeah, $20.
And then they're going to be like, I guess I'll pay for it.
$20 is a drop in the bucket for rich people. EJ Reed, I agree. But my point is
Principle.
the principle of like, ask some celebrity.
Mr. Bellamy.
It's not about money. It's more about,
it's not important enough.
yeah,
To
like
even
someone,
like have the mental
like Taylor Swift, who just
commitment to do
Taylor
that.
Swift, who just became the first person in history
Yes.
to have all the top 10 songs in the Hot 100 are all Taylor Swift songs. First person to have every song in the top 10 right now is a Taylor Swift song
Every song?
for the first time in history.
The Billboard Hot 100?
The Billboard Hot 100 songs 1 through 10 are Taylor Swift. You think she's going to be like, yeah, I'm really craving for that check mark?
How is that possible? Because isn't it based on radio airplay?
I don't
And,
know.
like,
Look at
She has
search Taylor.
one single out?
The only way we'll have a cheek mark is if Covino's really like, yo, bro, I think it's a good idea. Or maybe Fox Sports will be like,
This is a
yeah,
fucking-
guys, we're going to pay for your check mark. It might be a conversation I have with the boss. Like, hey, do you think we
It's
should?
probably a company thing. The reason we're even verified
This
is
is
it was
such-
a company thing.
This is such a publicity thing. Someone paid this off. There's no way.
I mean, Spot, she's getting millions and millions and millions of downloads.
Yeah, I don't believe that shit either.
I don't believe it.
I'm with Spot. Conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
I don't believe it. Because I don't know one of those songs. I'm sure I know one. That's about it. So you can tell me the other 9 are fucking killing it on the charts? Doubt it.
I guess it's not charts anymore.
$20 a month times 12, $240 times, let's say, 10 years. You cut a check for $2,400. Be like, I'm verified for 10 years. Do you think that's what celebrities will do? I'm just saying, I can't see someone of genuine importance.
No, I think much like with the original blue check mark, all they have to do is say, I'm a fucking celebrity, give it to me for free. You want clout and credibility? I get my check mark for free.
Yeah, as a sports broadcaster, right?
I think
going to be more credible, the fucking guy with the check mark or the guy without the check mark?
I mean, maybe Fox will. Maybe we'll get him. For all we know, we'll get your email today, and you might get an email from Scott Shapiro saying.
I don't think it's official yet.
No, but I'm saying you might get it. If it is official, you might get an email from the boss being like, "Hey guys, give me your user handles. We're just making sure all the hosts have their check marks."
Can I finally get verified?
I mean, that's how you got. That's how we all got verified at SXM. One day, I just had a blue check mark because Mikey Piff put in the paperwork.
Right.
That's.
I got mine from ESPN.
Yeah, I got mine from Piff.
ESPN.
You got yours from ESPN.
I haven't got mine.
Well,
you can pay for it now, Spot.
That's the show.
I'm never on Twitter.
But then you wonder, like, what makes someone verifiable?
Hey, bro, guys, this is famous people problems. Why are we boring these guys with our fucking stupid conversation?
Fucking Kyle PA needs a blue check mark.
Yeah, But come on, man.
Here's a question.
Think,
but I'm saying,
you think Rocket Dog's fucking worrying about this?
But do you think anybody? You think like? You think Rocket Dog could be like, yeah, I want a blue check mark and just pay for it?
I'm fucking EJ Reed's like, I need that validation.
Yeah, come on, man. Fucking know where you're at.
It's behind the scenes. This is something oddly in our world that people look at.
Think Brett Maxwell cares about it.
No
on
one
his
looks
birthday?
at it. I fucking barely have 10,000 followers. But again, I didn't use mine. I opened my Twitter page in like 2009. I never used it until I got into sports. Never used it ever.
And like I told you, everyone followed who they were going to follow 10 years ago, and they don't follow new people.
I feel like if now we know everyone's paying for it too, it means absolutely nothing. It means nothing.
Well, maybe you still have to go through some sort of like
screening process.
Maybe, but if it's just
like
the matter
a criteria
of,
check,
if it's just a matter of pay $20 a month,
I don't think that's it.
Then it's going to mean absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but then what if someone's like, yeah, you're right. There's probably a screening process. Politicians will pay for it. Someone pointed out because they don't want it to look like it's coming from someone else. Yeah, who gives a shit? Honestly, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit?
Not really me.
All right. Well, listen, on that note, we will see you dopes tomorrow. Appreciate it. First of the month. Could be a November to remember.
Yeah. Thanks for your subscription, guys. We appreciate it very much. Covino and Rich, raw and real, uncensored and unleashed is really where it's at for us. This is the most fun and laid back we could be. So appreciate you being part of it and hanging out with us every day. So it's fun to catch up all the time. Hope you have a nice night. What's on the deck tonight? Oh,
World Series.
Bachelor in Paradise and World Series.
World Series Game 3. Justin Verlander giving the middle finger to the Phillies fans.
I want you guys to watch Cabinet of Curiosities, like Mike Velasco and all these other people that are watching, hitting me up about it. Steve Musso, and people are like, yo, man, that episode fucked me up. You know who's in one of the episodes, Rich?
Oh.
Crispin Glover.
Oh.
A la George McFly.
Are you
yeah.
okay?
Yeah. So anyway, I want to know how you feel about this. Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities on Netflix. Creepy, gory, weird. I don't know. And, whatever you're watching, whatever you're doing tonight, enjoy it.
Are you okay?
That's what he sells. All right. Hey, on that note.
Actually.
Have a good one. Enjoy until tomorrow. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land. Tacos. Dia de los Muertos. We'll share some tacos.
Is that our new sign off?
Yeah. Later.